Welcome back, and what a wait it was to Survival Sunday. It's been a very, very long time, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm very, very glad to be back. If this is your first time here, I'm a little fuzzy seal. I'll be joining you in these games today. Oh my god, the bags under my eyes are insane. Anyway, got 15 teams, 7 from the NA and 8 from the EU here to duke it out over $200 in prize money over the 4 games. And interestingly enough, I actually just now came... I actually just came from the ASL, a Polish league, the Alpha Division for that league. So, one of the teams that we have today is Powerful, the old Izako Boars. Powerful is just getting off of the high from a 25 kill win to 5. 35 points under the current comp settings in one game. That is more than most teams will get in an entire series. So some of the same teams are in this lobby that are in that ASL lobby. I think we got we got 4 Quid Yellow. We got a couple others. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But it's gonna be scary. Izako Boar's playstyle, or excuse me, Powerful's playstyle, it hasn't changed, but rather evolved over time. They've always been an aggressive team. They've always been a kill-happy team. But before they used to show some semblance of respect for other teams, now they'll just kill you. Like they'll just have it's like a 2-man push you as a 4-man. They'll have 2 guys hold from the back line, and the 2 guys will just outshoot your 4 guys at close range with a little bit of suppression and counter flanking from their long-range guys. Very aggressive team. Their idea of positioning and macro play is to kill people around them to make sure that they don't need to worry about their positioning later on. So we'll be seeing what they end up bringing to the table today. Probably going to be seeing in the kill feed quite a bit. Other teams that I am looking at. Let's see. We got Winnie Wins Gaming, who recently actually won $60 in one of our daily Royale tournaments. That was Littlefoot and I think it's Region won $60 in a duos tournament, so huge props to them. We have those running every day. The daily Royale tournaments is currently a duos event based on feedback and what we end up deciding on for that particular week. We may end up making it into a squads event depending on what people want to do, and eventually a solos event. So if you guys are ever interested in that, go ahead and stop by the FirstBlood app under the Tournaments tab, and go ahead and sign up. It's 20x credits to sign up. I think most players should have about 50 in their account right now, and that translates to $2. So $2 to sign up, $60 for the winner-take-all bit. If you're in a duo, it's $30 per person. Pretty good deal to me. All right. Going to be going into the game. So the map rotation that we have going in today is going to be 2 NA and then 2 EU games. Erangel, Miramar, Erangel, Miramar. So NA Era, NA Miramar, etc., in that order. You guys, we have, as I said before, 7 NA and 8 EU teams. Going into this first game. Flight plan looking pretty safe, I would say. That being said, this isn't one of those lobbies where everyone knows where everyone's going to be dropping. This isn't one of those lobbies where anyone even wants to avoid a hot drop. Some people might even be looking for hot drops based on their particular play style. In a long league and a lot of comp games, people don't normally like hot drops, but we'll be seeing what happens today. As I already said, we have a couple of aggressive teams that are going to be looking for early kills to pad that kill count. It's just a matter of how you're going to do it. You're going to drop inside a military island with that other team, or you're going to try to camp the rotations and try and shoot them out of their cars. Up to them and what strategies they will be bringing. Here we go, though. Plane going to be dropping down. A couple of guys mashing the F button. I see Dark, Littlefoot, rest of those guys from Winnie Wins Gaming going to be dropping off. Actually, there's a ton of people dropping off a lot earlier than I would think, with a third team dropping off on the military base proper. Looks like Winnie Wins Gaming going to be hugging that Novo area. Now, if people... I'm pretty sure that this is Littlefoot calling the shots. Number one, I'm pretty sure that she watches a good amount of FirstBlood, or at least when we used to run events like weekly. Something that would happen a lot in FirstBlood events is that people just wouldn't mash the F button. They would always try to get really sneaky, like, oh, well, there's a lot of car spawns in this area, so we're just going to drop here, get a car, then drive, to Lippo, something like that. But not the case at all this time. A decent mix of people dropping in various different spots. Although this time we do have two teams that's going to be in the blue Outlaws and in the green Powerful. That's right. That's the team that I mentioned previously as one of the top contenders. My personal favorite for who I expect to take the money in this event. Looking over here, we got Birkin, who's doing a little bit of bumper cars, trying to find Quattro Low, who's cowering on top of his rock. Luckily, he was able to hold him off for long enough. And the story of Corey coming by with a gun, a pump-action shotgun, saying, "Get off my property!" And actually, it's going to result in a different kill. Dark running down Tread Pirate. 2 potential road kills. One actually ends up happening. And Larry Lobsterdale and Balsy left running to the hills. Zone that we see right now, very, very far north as well. A lot of teams mashing the F button. I said usually it's a good thing. It's something that we don't see very frequently. This time, however, not sure if it was a good idea, as that's about as far north as a zone could possibly get. Looking back inside of northern Georgia, speaking of north, some of the Outlaws are intermingling themselves among the Powerful teams 1 and 2 here. A couple of frags being exchanged. Shadow in neighboring building with Morpheus. Quick Eyes in the apartment, potentially providing some cover fire from up top, but mostly prioritizing looting, whereas Shadow FPS is holding his ground. Barrel, a pretty good gun to have here in this situation, for sure. Actually, Barrel Car is a great setup to have in these close-range peak battles. Oh, saw Morpheus. Oh my god, that peak was intense. One quick shot off. Pretty sure he fired at that window before he even saw Shadow there. Good old pre-fire. Frag into the window, almost taking down Shadow. Peeking anyway. Trying to prevent a second frag. Doesn't move, but somehow does not get taken down by the frag. Actually getting a little damage onto Bruxel for his efforts. But while that's been going on, Morpheus is here in the second floor. So even if a down does happen for Shadow, he would have to push into that building to get the flush on the knock. In the meantime, on the minimap and well, in the X-ray, we see Norkies and Ghosts are coming in from the west with reinforcements for Shadow coming in from the north with Tickles and Icy Flex in the northern apartment block. This is going to be a very slow fight. So the two kinds of buildings that we have in play here, the Prio buildings that Powerful Morpheus and Shadow are in the apartments that Icy Flex and Quick Eyes just rolled up in, incredibly hard to push. Although playing outside of them, that's not what you want to see. Norky's on a side flank, downing and flushing Tickles right away. That's some of the reinforcements going to be going down here. And look at this. Any down that occurs to the Outlaws, 0 hope of a res. We're already seeing some good exchanges coming up for Powerful as well. In a long fight, I feel like the Outlaws are just going to lose out. Powerful is just going to outshoot you. And Ghostar sees it coming. Shadow going down here. Quick Eyes does get it down to Morpheus from a push, but once again, Morpheus is safe. There's no pressure here from Powerful besides that ticking clock. There's no way that this guy's going to get pushed. And knowing that, Powerful will actually rush into this building, taking a 2v1. Keep in mind, these apartments incredibly hard to push. Quick Eyes holding the back angle. This is going to be a true test of exactly how good Powerful is in ranges. Railing, eating some of these rounds. They know where he is, but a frag going in the window is going to be pretty good. Quick Eyes at half HP, second frag going in. This might be the flush. There it is. Detonation. And Quick Eyes goes down, leaving only Icy alive. How is he going to play around this? Shadow hasn't bled out quite yet, but it's only a matter of time. Did pull up in a couple of cars, but at this point they only have one player to drive 2 cars, and they will be leaving that one behind, realizing they are in the zone, and this fight is not going to be won. Powerful, hearing him drive away, going to be trying to take him out before he gets away. But that would be a truly insane shot. Whoa, and Nate's playing in this game. Didn't know he made it in, but all right. Looks like he might not have friends for too long because Dark Dreams and Aktov are getting themselves in position to punish. FIFA moved over here. Dark Dreams getting shots on FIFA. Estafi in the compound as well. FIFA cannot catch a break right now. Jumping out the window, but that was a pretty poor position for him to be in. FIFA not going to be punishing Estafi for being on a cover. In fact, Estafi will actually get the kill. Reap the plays in the open. Oh my god, there is no cover for Reap. And Dark Dreams Going for the BM roadkill. Oh my god. Oh man. Team 15, sneaky beaky like they're having fun today, and oh no, but they're getting punished for it too. But he doesn't even care. Dark Dreams is down, but Knights is still trying to go for the BM roadkill. I mean, what's the risk, right? Stoffy's back there going for the res and reap the place, knowing what was gonna happen. Just walked right into it. Innate, potentially contracting PTSD from that terrifying fight that we just saw happen. Less of a fight, more of a slaughter. Meanwhile, looking at the zone, center zone already has a couple of teams nearby. Birkin going for a greedy crate on the middle of the zone, but he needs to be careful as Diol, Steiner, and I believe that is the rest of 4 Quid Yellow already in position. Meanwhile, actually, I think we have 2 shadows in this game. Yeah, this is Knockout's shadow. Taking high ground, trying to punish this player, going for the crate. Birkin driving away. Getting the AUG. As far as crate guns go, that is probably the least exciting one to get. But at the very least, a crate plus a centralized spot in the gas station. Team 14, Dziki Nexusa, the Polish team, not feeling bad about that at all. Kill feed lighted up a little bit more as Mr. Knights has not had enough bloodshed. Saying, I want to actually shoot people this game. I don't want to only run them over, and actually we'll be downing and flushing one of our players from the yellow team. More players trying to sneak in from the south side. Hella Flusher, his teammates aren't nearby. They're actually rotating far to his west. And if they come to pick him up, then they're going to get themselves into a fight. Legacy KS and the rest of his team will be in position to punish any movements coming in. But already Hella Flusher going for the BM frag on the rotation route. Just doesn't want to shoot. Actually just worried about getting spotted more than anything. Most players we would see shoot, but okay, no, don't. That is like the least value shot you could have taken there, Hella Flusher. Oh god, well they're not stopping for him at the very least, so this is just going to result in potentially people rotating past him. Yeah, Phenomenal Minutes actually just going to be coming over this way. Going to be going for that frag. Is it going to work out? It's gonna... Oh my goodness. A second later, and it actually would have worked. The second frag not getting any dice. This time using the Scar, but still can't quite find that knock. But I appreciate the stylish attempt on the frag kills. Sexy stuff. The rest of this teammate that's rotating beyond will be able to make it past the bridge. Meanwhile, Stalbert Hill is looking very, very hot. As pros don't snake, that's going to be the green team, Team 12. Are getting approached by Double Lungs team, Team 10. Infamous spotting and taking some shots over here. 6x SLR, spotting out Imasi. Good gun to use at a running target, but is able to get under the ridgeline before any more shots hit his back. See the story of Corey, or T-Sock, and getting in his vehicle. Looks like the next one popping. They do not want to fight for Stalbert. They want to rat west instead. Not much good playable terrain in this zone. People reacting early for that reason. Looks like Winnie Gaming's playing out Texas Toxic. Oh, these guys know each other. Oh no. Friends now becoming rivals, or if you can call two people trying to kill each other a rival, but that's what's going on right now. In the kill feed, we see the story of Koig going down as well. Pros don't stake under a lot of pressure right now. Tex smoking himself. Humphrey trying to land that 6-card shot, but can't quite find it. Not getting too aggressive either. We see the meaning that Karma and Region are not really nearby to help out, so they don't want to potentially butt up more than they can chew. Meanwhile, in center zone, Havoc, as Diol is able to crash into 1-story yellow, but bodies strewn all around him. Legacy, team leader for squad number 6, I don't know, does go down, leading Song Di He, excuse me, Song Du He, rotating on his own. Shelter not getting much damage on the player, but that car is leaving behind a pretty sizable smoke trail. Oh no! Detonating 4 Quid Incov, getting the kill and the flush onto that team. Meanwhile, inside of another shelter, Innate trying to hold off an entire team. Nexus already down, but everyone's wrapping inside of the bunker. They're worried about a potential large team inside, and instead are okay with playing inside the bunker and just seeing where that takes them. Innate actually alone in this game. I have no idea how that happened, but here we are. And meanwhile, it seems that further to the north, trying to find new places to rotate and to call home. Oh my goodness. Quattro low, shooting dark. I think that wasn't have his view, that was an explosion. But double lung going down as well is going to require Tazinator and Infamous to make a dangerous rotate to save his life. But with Rakushiki already on the northern coast taking shots at double lung, Tazinator and co from Team 10, Orion Legion, it might be just better off to leave him for dead and continue on as a two-man. Meanwhile, Texas Toxic able to walk away from that fight, but I'm not sure what exactly they'll be walking away into. And Winnie Wins Gaming wrapping around the south side. Very, very strangely timed rotate, but at the very least, the rotate probably won't be contested with that in mind. The problem is where they're going to go. Shots ring up all around them. Region scouting in, and that's going to be Karma and Region going down. Incov once again, camping the shelter. No one is respecting this particular spot. And it looks like everything is going to crash. Awesome. Goodness. Oh. All right, so already quite a few teams dying there on a rotate, particularly Incov getting a ton of those kills. A lot of solo players actually making some really big plays. And I'm pretty surprised to be seeing an 8 in this game on his own. Team 16, the slot he was in was supposed to be Void Esports. Last time I checked, an 8 didn't play for them. But here we are. Used to be, well, we'll leave it as a reformed player. And I'm glad that he has reformed a little bit at the very least, because his team, Yellow Pike Gaming, is actually performing quite well in NPL last time I checked. Or at the very least, one of those teams that kind of showed up out of nowhere in the NPL Opens, then NPLC, and put on a great show for everyone. Very, very strong fragger individually, although I'm not sure how much that's going to help him inside of a squad game. You know what? We've already also seen the power that a couple of teams have talked about can hold. Powerful. Taking on, I think that was Team 1, the Outlaws inside North George, and winning that fight. Probably not going to be seeing Outlaws drop there again anytime soon here in the Survival Sunday League, unless Game 3 rolls around. And rather than being a little bit discreet, saying, nah, we're going to fight you for that, wouldn't be surprised. Some teams will actually go for that. For some teams, honor and pride can be more important than the points that they have. And at the very least, even if it isn't the best play, it can definitely be one that puts on a good show for us. Teams back up, and oh my god, look at the color inside of this zone. 11 teams up, 37 alive. Very little left in play. Hella going to be going down there with his vehicle. Rotating into what was quite possibly one of the hottest spots in the zone. Sociopath meanwhile pulling up inside a shed, getting spotted out. Smokes trying to land these shots. Socio actually deciding not to go for the shed, playing outside. They don't want to lead themselves to a life of living in a shed for a while, but I think at this point they don't have a choice. 4Earth forced inside, that Sociopath playing outside. Smoke having a vague idea of where he is, just suppressing that ridgeline, but can't quite be sure. Sociopath left to, well, do nothing really. As members from Knockout get to reap the rewards from their kills. Meanwhile, 4Quid finally getting punished for their very, very greedy split, but Incub trading his life for 3 kill points. Not exactly a bad trade. We'll be seeing where they end up going, though, as the spot that that player died in, Steiner saying, all right, he died, but it's a better spot than where I was on the southern yellows, so I want to grab some of his loot and make their way in, and oh no. Oh no. When he wins gaming, watch out. With these guys just got a 25 kill game. You're not gonna win this fight. Humphrey, no. He has no idea. It's just a matter of time. As soon as they take the shot. I'm surprised Norkis hasn't lit him up yet, but here we go. Oh no! The shot's missed, but it doesn't matter. He gets lit the hell up anyway. Down and flush in a matter of seconds. Littlefoot reacting right away. They're just running to the east, trying to find a place to hide inside of the shooting range. If they saw the name of the kill feed and they knew they saw what I saw, if they saw what I saw last game, then they would not take that fight. Littlefoot definitely making the right play there, disengaging. Meanwhile, Sociopath and forward actually going for this 2v4 push, leaving the shed. Actually, no, it's Knockout who are being the aggressors in this case. Sociopath already down 4th, trying to make a mad play here. They did get a nice trade onto Heave, but 4Earth not chucking any of those frags. Kind of tells me he doesn't have any. Frag coming in very close. Flushing Sociopath. 4Earth, can you make the 4v1 happen? No, you cannot. Oh, I don't know how that frag exploded that close to him without dealing damage, but here we are. Smoke moving up on the right flank, fourth. Able to hear him. Aiming vaguely in that direction, spotting him out. Can't quite land a shot. That's not where you want to be. Realizing there's still 3 more players to look at, he cannot focus on one. More frags coming in from the east. That one's a little bit short. Earth showing some very strong tenacity at this point, staying alive, and actually is tenacious enough to make knockout retreat. Question is that is it just a matter of who's gonna kill him? Cars rotating in from the south, right in front of knockout. Peter Muzzle and Roxor still gonna be dismounting, but shots bringing out. Pitcher saying, wait, let me back on. I don't want to be here. Pitcher Muzzle driving away. Roxor and Caesar dismounting, looking like they are all in on taking this fight. Spotting up players to the north. Knockout having their work cut out for them. Just trying to decide where exactly they have to focus the majority of their attention. Looks like since we saw them last, Nate has been taken down by the 4-man holding the shelter here, Team 14. And it looks like that Peter Muzzle has found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Powerful rotating from the southwest side as they begin to make their way on foot. Very, very nice smoke trail into the shooting range. In fact, that bike, if it isn't detonated, is going to be a pretty nice rotation tool for Powerful. We're currently taking a good amount of fire from Deziki Nexusa to their northeast, and from the far east, I believe that is going to be Team 8. 4 Quid Yellow, and even Team 15, yeah, Norky. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how dead Norky's is, and the answer is very. The answer is very, very dead. Hopefully Ghostar can use that bike to get out of here, because that smoke trail, they used about 5 or 6 smokes to get Norky's in, that still didn't work. It might be only Morpheus and Brooks left, but Morpheus, he's making a play. Is he gonna try to save Ghostar? I think that he is. Driving the UAZ over, not exactly the safest of pickup vehicles, but oh no! Oh no! Okay, what's the play here? What's the play? He's gonna go for the res. You can't come over, run your teammate over, and drive away. Morpheus realizes that and is gonna try to save his bud's life. Luckily, no one is here trying to put too much fire on him. A couple of people seeing what's going on, trying to prevent the car from moving again. But there's only 2 or 3 rifles looking at him. That is very doable. We'll keep tabs on that though as we go into Severny. 2-way fight breaking out here. Team 7, team placeholder. That is literally their name, I promise you. Versus Rigos to the north. Nato in a forward position, doing a little bit of audio scouting for his team, trying to land some sick bolt action shots. A little bit close for a sniper rifle, but it's more about if they're peeking or not than the range that those guns work at. Really important though is that if you're in frag range, maybe don't be using that bolt, but very difficult to land a grenade at that range, at a window that small. Nato not getting punished for it quite yet. Recording running in the open. Might get caught out here by Falcon or Silver Typey. Both players in prime position to punish this very risky flank, and Recording realizing how open that is and how little he can actually get done will be backing up. Question is that with how much time both these teams have spent piddling around, Severny's on zone. They gotta go to shooting range, and guess what? That's where Powerful is, and that's where Team 14 Deziki Nexusa are. 2 3-man teams inside shooting range. There's pretty much nothing else in play besides maybe one shot on the north side. Looking over here in the north, speaking of knockout, trying to secure this location. If that was a DMR, you would have gotten that kill, Shadow. Instead, it's going to be Kamikaze nabbing that one right under Shadow's nose. Whatever, as long as he is dead, I'm sure that knockout is going to be happy going into that one as they do begin cleaning up the north side. Some of our Severny teams coming in from the northeast now as well. And northwest getting a little bit hot as well. Recording in Baltsy. Dropping off in the shed, but that Dacia rolling away. That's a little unfortunate. If the zone goes to shelter, they're going to want that car. You're not going to make this on foot. And that shed's not even in. That is just an unfortunate bit of... I don't really want to call it a misplay, but it's very unfortunate. Knockout Shadow coming in, driving up with this car, spotting out, Recording and Ballsy under him. Seeing Recording run for 3-3. Can't quite find any shots on him. Ballsy not moving yet, but is getting fragged by a team of Shadow. Huge suppression fire, but Ballsy landing some 6 shots on a Kamikaze, bringing him down. Great peeks from our low ground team, but Shadow saying, no, enough is enough. You do not deserve to live right now, and Ballsy having a fraggling just at his feet will be going down here. Recording now going for a flank, but on his right, as soon as someone crests this hill, Recording's going to be in trouble. Real easy to see players if you have an elevation advantage through the grass. Corning being forced to make a push here. Oh my goodness, seeing two players right under him. Doesn't go for the, doesn't actually get the kill. This happens so often with a Scar. You shoot a guy for like 4 or 5 like shots and you're saying he's dead, right? No, that's the DPS of the Scar. It just isn't quite there. Low DPS, high controllability. Sometimes it does you dirty. Mossy and Quattro trying to survive on the far west side. The last 2 surviving players from Prozone Snake. In the NPL Opens, this team showed a stunning amount of survivability. They just never quite died. I don't want to quite call them cockroaches, but it would be a very, very appropriate comparison. In the best of ways, of course. The best kind of cockroach. Quattro Low and Mossy staying alive, trying to make sure that Roxor doesn't kill him for free. But meanwhile, elsewhere, Powerful has actually advanced all the way through shooting range, not even respecting teams on the hills around them. Hungry for kills, getting as many as they can, but the team to the far south, Dark Dreams, and the rest of Sneaky Beaky, like, already with 7 kills and some great scopes. Landing some 6 shots as well, we're still getting pinged by that 8x SLR. Now, as long as Powerful keeps moving, Sneaky Beaky, like, this is going to be 2-15. We'll have some pretty good shots on them, but look at the zone. This team needs to advance either into shooting range or they need to claim the east edge of the zone. Both of them will require some kind of commitment. Going to shooting range, a ton of smokes, and going to the east, they're going to need to kill 4 Quid Yellow, who are currently in the process of killing themselves as Deal downs Asmodeus. Hopefully they can get that res here for too long, but oh god, they won't. Okay, Asmodeus is actually... Okay, he's not dead, but he can't heal. But no, the wheels on the UAZ have been shot out. Okay, second bike. Steiner, you got this. But no, in the second bike, Asmodeus, already at low HP from getting downed earlier, will get re-knocked before they get to hard cover. Steiner going to be sending it even further, trying to find a better spot inside shooting range. We'll be able to find it for a few seconds, but Dark Dreams is already there. Going to be priming a frag for Steiner, potentially. Bit of a hard one to make, but if his team is giving him intel, then it could be done. Oh my god, Dark Dreams. Nutty fragment. Second one with a flush as well. 4 Quid Yellow cannot catch a break, but oh no, it's Stuffy. They shot out of his car, and the momentum finishing him off. Aktov gonna have back problems for life after that crash. Might have some problems as he just saw his friend die doing the exact same thing that he did. Meanwhile, the north side looking a lot more occupied than I thought it would as Prozone Snake are trying to finish off Roxley. 2v1 will make it happen just in the nick of time as they'll be forced to push further into the zone. However, as they get closer to shooting range, these ridges they're playing off of will quickly begin to disappear. And that's when Team 14 is going to have their eyes on them. Already, Sizios, Birkin, and Mixu getting eyes to their west, trying to prevent that push. Meanwhile, though, great stuff from Dark Dreams and War, able to survive their way on the southeast side, making their way into one of these very, very difficult to push divots inside shooting range. Oh, getting knocked though. Brussels should be able to finish that off. My god, every time the camera goes to this guy, I feel like he's getting shot by someone. Unfortunate. He's already done a second knock. Third revive, but what? Ghost Star. Look at your minimap. Ghost Star coming in with a frag. Lands nearby, the smoke being a pretty effective bait. Throwing it to the left of it instead of the right. And Ghost Star not getting those frag kills, saying, alright, they got the res, it's been like 15 seconds, I'm not taking a 2v1. Once again, Powerful, always hungry for kills. Generally not overextending. I wouldn't say never overextending because they made some pretty silly plays in their past, but they're a very, very smart team and quite cautious despite their high kill count. Another set of level 3 armor. Ghoster already has 1-3 helmet, so that's going to be probably 2 sets of 3 armor for Powerful. Important to note here, assuming that his 2 teammates have time to go for it, which they might not. As we do see around shooting range, players coming in from the west, east, and potentially the north. Although it looks like our northern shelter team is more than happy to sit here, clear up their edges before pushing into the shooting range. Probably a smart play to make from them. I'm actually surprised Mossy and Quattro Low are being allowed to make the rotates they are. There must be some ridges that are shrouding them from the from the bunker that Squad 14 was in. Great positioning from them. This is a pretty good. This is the best place they could hope to be in, though. SZT not quite able to stop that rotate from Quattro and Mossy. Shots ringing out all around. People just trying to find a way to break in. If I had to like pick a team that was in the worst spot, I would probably say Knockout on the far east. They're barely in play. The fences that they have will essentially force them to peek both teams 2 and 14 to the north. That's Powerful and Daziki Nexusa. Daziki being the team number 14. Very, very difficult to get out of the situation, and they don't have a very, very clear step 2 as Powerful, Bruxel, and Morpheus. They've been sitting in this building the entire time. They're just waiting for Knockout to move. Bruxel even hard peeking that angle. Dark Dreams not staying in the low ground, though. Actually deciding to go for the high ground. And using these chest high walls. Oh my god, and that is immediately going to get punished. Peeked up for half a second. And a body shot to the car. That's going to put Dark Dreams on his 3rd knock. Wait. Actov, you can't wait for that smoke to dissipate. You got to go right now. You have to res him right now. One more tick. Oh, he got shot. Oh, no, he didn't get shot. That was Mixu that went down. Not quite having the presence of mind to get the res on 3rd knock there, sadly. Ghostar going for this flush, but that might get punished by Imasi, who begins taking bolt action shots, and Ghostar realizing he's going to get shot in the back. The first frag from not downing Actov. Ghostar finding himself pinched, being the roaming player who tries to secure these kills, these cheeky frags. Actov, though, no intent of pushing, no intent of peeking. Simply trying to survive for as long as he can. 5 teams up, 10 alive. Every team that goes down here is an extra couple of placement points here. This is when it starts becoming more about a game of placements than whatever kills you can get. Ghostar feels like this man just has infinite frags. 1 frag from Actov won't do it, but Ghostar certainly will. Quattro in no place to get that res right now. It will be immediately reacting for it, though. And Ghostar using it to disengage. As Actov crawls ever closer to this smoke cloud. Ghostar leaving him for the fight, but might be teasing a flank. As he might be going for the high ground to punish Actov's movement. Meanwhile, Knockout having 1 down from the other split of Powerful. And Squad 14 at some point lost all their plays and will be sneaking their own way in as a 2-man. So without there being any real 3, like the only 3-man is Powerful at this point. Good advantage. Oh, it's outside. I'm Ozzy finding Actov. 4th place. Anyway. The only 3-man is Powerful, and they're very split up right now. Ghostar's trying to make his way to that side. Hearing the shots ring out, he said, okay, this is my time. Make their way there right now. But there's no 4-man. That means that no team is in a position to really take control of the zone right now. Instead, fighting each other on the edges. That's what we're seeing right now as Birkin does go down. The Ziki haven't quite found themselves a kill quite yet this game. Playing incredibly conservatively. They need to get as far as they can into this game. Because right now, despite them being in the top 4, I think they're only getting like 3 or 4 points for this placement. That is chump change. That is nothing. They need to get some kills alongside this, but Shadow looking like he wants to prevent this from happening, although already getting punished by this movement by Powerful, who, by claiming the majority of shooting range, now have the best spot to react to this last zone. Pros don't snake, though, on the far southwest side. Squad 12. This is going to be the next score on the side, but oh my god. Powerful's frags are just constantly on point. Now, Imos with 5 kills. Is he going to be able to carry this team even further, or will they be going down? 3x sprays coming out here. Can't quite find the shots. The zone barely at his back. Powerful coming in for the flush. They don't care there's a team to their north. They want to finish this fight right now. Morpheus, though, will get his head blown off, and SZT nicking Ghostar on the left shoulder. He's in full retreat. Morpheus not getting rezzed. Oh, man, but SCT, we saw a frag there for a second. Oh, it's a little far. Okay, not getting much work done. The zone at their back. Mossy getting shots on Shumps. He's in the open. SCT going down. Mossy only needs to get 1 more peek in. Sees him in the bushes. Low HP. Zone at his back. Does he have time for this? I don't think he has time for that first aid kit, and he will be going down to the blue. SCT not rezzed yet. Powerful. 2 up. 2v2 right now. Ghostar and Bruxel have no intel on this team, though. They don't know if someone's up or down. They don't know if they're going for the res. Playing patient instead. They don't have any real reason to push. The cover and the terrain they're holding is absolutely magnificent. Birkin needs to make a gigantic play to get something done here. Bruxel holding a very, very cheeky off angle there as well. No one's going to look at it. Ghostar now spotted. Being bait. Bruxel in the flank position. Gets 1. Gets the transfer on the second. And it's going to be it. Powerful. They've gotten 3 wins today. They've gotten at least 40 kills today. In this particular lobby, they're starting off really strong as well. A 22-point game, a win with 12 kills already. And 3, 3, 3, 3. They're all putting in so much work together. What a great team, hailing from Poland, already making some magic happen. And that's going to be pretty interesting as well, because a 12 kills is the exact average for a winning team to get. However, as far as the leaderboard goes, the second place team got 0 kills. That's a consistent source of points. And with how few kills they got, that's going to put a significant gap between first and second place. So, good start for Powerful. They didn't really ever look like they were on their back foot. They had their strategy down to a T. They knew exactly how they want to play, and they executed it incredibly well. I didn't notice a single mistake in their play, besides running their friend over. Ignore that part. They're great, usually. All right, that's going to be for Game 1. We're going to take a quick break before Game 2, get all these logos and whatnot loaded up for you guys, so that way we all know who we're all talking about. Game 2, NA Miramar, coming soon. Welcome back. Thanks for waiting. A little bit of a delay there. Logos will be up and running in the next game for sure. But before we go to that one, I'm pretty sure that we have the scores up from Game 1. No spoilers needed, I think. It's pretty obvious after one game and one 12-kill win, it's going to be Powerful that are going to be sitting very, very pretty in first place. The only question is exactly how much of a lead do they have? As I said before, the second place team got 0 kills. That's going to be only 6 points to them, which as I personally say, and I hear other teams say, a lot of people are generally looking for 5 points average per game. Now, that's not going to get you much in this lobby, but you're looking for 5 points average, and then you win the games you are supposed to. So, like, if you're if you're looting a good spot, and the zone pops like on you, and you're in center zone, and the zone keeps shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting on you, then you're probably supposed to win that game. So 5 kills a win, or 5 kills a game, or 5 points a game. There we go. And then just win the games that you're supposed to. Get as far as you can in the games you're supposed to. But just really, really try your best to milk every inch of value out of a game that you can. A couple of teams that I know are really good at this. Panda team, Pros Don't Snake. We saw it in the last game for Pros Don't Snake. But this game, it's going to be our 4th place team. We didn't actually watch too much of them, which appears to have been a pretty big mistake, as Knockout. 4th place with 11 kills. A very, very nice showing. And 4 Quid Yellow, we saw Inca lighten up the kill feed early on, detonated at least 2 vehicles in his time alone with 12 kills on their own. Meanwhile, Pros Don't Snake doing their thing. I'm not going to call it passive play, but they're just really hard to kill. They are really hard to kill. Getting really high up there. Sneaky Beaky, Zeke, placeholder, and the list goes on and on. Going to be going into NA Miramar on the next game. This is something I can't ever stop talking about. That was an NA lobby, Powerful and Yellow EU teams. Sneaky Beaky, I believe, is an EU and NA mix. So, Knockout and Pros Don't Snake. This is going to be your time to try to get back above Powerful while the ping is on your side before you get to deal with a little bit of extra. Obviously, PUBG, one of those games where ping isn't a huge... Well, it can be a little bit weird to play around. Generally, it means that the peaks that you have are just going to feel a little bit more awkward in general. Hopefully, it doesn't affect the game. Well, it doesn't affect the game an insane amount, and especially only between NA and EU. A lot of teams, however, pretty much all the teams below 6 have a lot of work to do. There's a pretty decent split of points between the top 5 teams. All of them have a very, very possible chance to take that first place prize, to take the $200 prize. The question is can they? Speaking of prizes as well, the FirstBlood tournament app is now up and running with daily events. $60 going to the first place team. All you need is 20x credits to enter. Currently have about 20 teams on average joining those, so 40-player lobbies. So pretty sizable lobbies, and might be a good time to go in there, rack up a couple of kills, and get yourself a little bit of money for dinner that night. I mean, I've heard of some pretty expensive places for dinner lately, so maybe you get 2 wins, maybe you can go to some 100-floor building and eat dinner on the roof or something. I don't know. Message up there. All right. So I'm currently trying to think about the ways that we can beat Powerful, because of all the times that I've seen Powerful play, Miramar has always been their strongest game. It really suits their playstyle, quite frankly. On Miramar, there's generally like hills that are playable for short periods of time, but aren't always like you can sit there, but eventually when teams start trickling in, like, okay, so this hill, like this hill's in, it can kind of fight this spot, but then when other teams start moving in, like, well, okay, these other 2 hills can now shoot them. So there are some places that are playable in like early phases of the game that stop becoming playable as people begin entering the circle. And Powerful as a team are very good at abusing that style. We're saying, okay, so we have about like 5 minutes to take this fight. Let's do it. Let's hit our shots. Let's just kill these guys and clear their sides of the zone that way, taking fights steadily throughout the game very early and never really stopping. So on top of that, the 25 kill game that I just saw from the ASL, from the best teams in Poland, Powerful got a 25 kill game there. So, yeah. Actually, no, both of their wins were on Miramar. And they just got to win on Erangel. So, people have many reasons to be scared. Also, that Powerful, the old Azako Boars, won the Survival Sunday League finale for $3,000. They also won the last SKS Sidekick Showdown we did with twice as many points as any other team. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Oh dear, I fear for the other 15 teams in this lobby. I really do. This one game is like the only chance people have. This one NA game is the only chance people have before stuff starts going down in EU, and that's gonna be the real battleground that Powerful are gonna have control over. It's the only real story. Like the question is like how who's gonna kill him? How are they gonna kill him? I've never seen a point in time besides that one game where Powerful were in a spot where it's like, okay, I don't know how they're gonna get out of this, and then they did. When they were trying to come down that hill into shooting range. And then they did. They made it work. Oh, boy. Who can tell where they're going to go down, if they're going to go down at all. I guess we'll be able to figure it out, though, as we're going into Game 2, NA on Miramar. Yeah. 25 seconds left between the start. Zone going north to southwest. This is a pretty rough one, actually. I was trying to think about that. Whenever the zone ends on the southwest side, people hate Higos, people hate prison. It's generally a place people really don't like dropping. That being said, the eastern city of Los Leones is, well, it's kind of droppable. Actually, that's not droppable. Los Leones is actually on a high ground plateau, which, if you're far away from it, makes it pretty difficult to actually drop there. If you're trying to long drop into Los Leones from any direction, you actually have about 200 less meters of distance you can go to get there because of the high ground that Los Leones is on. So that's actually be a very difficult hot drop, which at the end of the day, I'm looking at the zone and saying there's a lot of popular places that aren't going to be the easiest to get to. A couple of teams going to be mashing F, though, which is what I always like to see. So Tora going to be taken, probably getting, potentially getting Cruz as well, depending on how greedy they are, maybe even Tierra Branca. If Balti goes to Cruz del Valdo, he's going to be fighting for that against Morpheus. And we saw it happen last game. That's all I'm saying. I think Balti might see that shoot, though, and say and think better of it, allowing Powerful to get that kill. That being said, Powerful are going to be going up against a couple of other teams in that area. The boys in pink dropping in the southeast. I think this is going to be Void, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like that. Yep, Norkeys is dropping these warehouses. That's about as big of a power play as it'll get. Oh, the logos don't work. I thought I fixed that. Rip. All right. Well, that Norkeys landing here is going to force Innate and the rest of not YPG, the rest of Void, to get out of here. Norkeys spotting out. Oh no! Oh no! He's been hit twice. Are we gonna have a roadkill followed by someone getting shot out of the sky? Is that what we're gonna see this game? No, we won't, and that's because he tried to get out of the sky as fast as humanly possible. His 3 teammates are going to be driving east. and FIFA left to the west. So, FIFA is going to be living the Nomad's life this game. Still getting shot at by Norkies. We'll be keeping an eye on the kill feed to see what exactly ends up happening to him. Oh no. Rip. That is a ripperoni pizza right there. This will be first blood of the day today. Minas Generale is actually going to be, whoa, two hotspots actually we're seeing right now. As the place that everyone hates and no one likes going to, Los Higos, is going to have 2 different teams in it. Very strange drop for I don't know to drop 4 people, the entire squad in here. Dark Dreams and the rest of Sneaky Beaky makes a little more sense to be sending only 2, but this is going to require some pretty Sneaky Beaky plays for this half of the boys to get out of here safely. Dark Dreams only looting a little bit of the west side before he begins running to the west, where I believe that might be a hard, whatever it's a hard spawn. Who cares? It is a car that he will be able to drive out to the south. Hopefully pick his teammate up that's on the east if he goes and get a dodge. No, actually driving directly west so that he will be leaving his teammate on the east if he goes Mr. Knights to find his own way out of this mess. Does have an offer directly to his left though, so should be able to get out of here just fine. Hopefully. Hopefully. We'll want to do that soon as well, as, once again, zone almost never goes Higos. They will have to push on north to make it happen. A couple teams already in play. The guys that went El Pozo, squad 7, that's going to be team placeholder, already wrapping around, seeing where they want to be setting up for phase 1. Falcon scouting a very centralized compound, and Nato going to be looting a couple of isolated pryos to the east of Pozo. Pretty surprising to see a Pozo split. I feel like I see a lot of teams 4-man drop Pozo then send a scout out. You don't often see a team drop 2-man inside of Pozo and then send 2 players out. Looking around elsewhere, Val Del Mar is going to be pretty difficult for our teams that dropped inside Higos to get out of here safely. Dark Dreams looking like he's going to be going directly for, I think this is 4 quid yellow. That's going to be very difficult to drive past that if they expect this coming in from their west. Although that being said, the bridge that goes into Val Del Mar is very, very high ground. Very difficult, actually, to shoot players that are on it unless you're specifically waiting for it. So if Dark Dreams is coming this way, he should be able to get in and out of here before the guys in 4 quid yellow can react. And that's what you want to see here as well. Like, it's 4 quid yellow. You know, I was talking a little bit about Powerful earlier, but 4 quid yellow is one of those teams that's at the top of the scoreboard. You don't want to be feeding him any more points than you can. And also, you obviously don't want to freaking die. So probably seeing Dark Dreams, if he goes in that way, get out of there as fast as he possibly can as well. It's like Karma in a fight. Spot SZT, but gonna be driving away. SZT probably hearing the footsteps and not wanting to be part of that 1v1. There's a couple of players that would generally take a 1v1 there. SZT not one of them though, and Nixu actually gonna be rotating around that as well. Makes a lot of sense. This spot that Karma has found himself in, not very high value real estate there. There's no reason for SZT or anyone else from Daziki Nexusa, that orange yellow team that's driving away right now, to risk their lives over that. It'd just be 1 kill point. Story of Corey here from Pros Don't Snake. Might be getting eyes on Larry Lobstertail. Although he needs to link back up with his team. The rest of his team has found a really good spot. But if we look at the zone right now, there's a couple of roads that are in play here. Specifically this one that starts in the southwest and then curves into San Martin. Very frequently, this is a road that splits the zone in half. And around phase 2 or 3, you can generally tell which side of the road the zone's going to be on. But the zone loves keeping roads like that in play. So the fact that Pros Don't Snake have taken this compound that is very, very close to this road, all right, since the road loves staying there, it's probably going to be in for a very John Legacy, who dismounts from his Marauder looking like he's going to take this fight. Mr. Knight needs to do this right now. If Legacy's friends are coming from the west and they have cars, then he is going to get pinched. He needs to kill Knight and preferably take his car. Well, that frag is not going to be too good for the health of that car, but he will get the down. And the car still having a couple of wheels left. Not too smoky, not too flamey either. He's going to be taking him down and getting the heck out of Higos. Definitely been a journey for Mr. Knight so far, but he might actually make it out of this one. He is coming in from the south, though. Knights, you can't loot for long there, buddy. You gotta go. Where's he go? Oh, is he camping? Is he... Okay, is he actually doing this for kill points? What is the... Okay, there's an off-road here on the road that he appears to be taking instead, but by making this play, by valuing the high HP off-road, he's going to get himself in the sights of 3 players, or maybe they'll get themselves into his sights, because he is here. He's on foot. On vehicle spray downs with the easiest in the word. He sees him coming. Doesn't have time for a frag. Oh no, he got spotted from behind the car. Oh no, they did the second vehicle. Getting shots on a player in the open. Great knock from Knight so far. Sandu-hee wrapping around to the right side inside the gas station. And Knight's actually getting that kill for free. Okay, no, he hears the windows breaking. He knows where they're wrapping as well. Knight's getting a lot of value for his own life. Already having a 2-1 KD. If he dies right now, that's still a victory for this team. That being said, he needs to figure out right away where these teams are at. Begins getting shot from the right. Not sure exactly what Phenomenal Man was shooting at, but he has essentially told Knight where he is and hasn't accomplished much here. Knight's holding some pretty good cover so far, but it is very fraggable. Sandu-hee will be able to frag well from inside of here and actually will get his head blown off. Phenomenal Man, the last player left. Will Mr. Knight's 1v1 or 1v4 this entire team? Man swatting him out, trying to land these shots. Repositioning after flubbing a couple of them, though. Going for the res instead of the Sandu-hee. Oh, no, he's not. He's just wrapping over here to the right. Many shots being exchanged here. Knight's fully stimmed here, ready for a fight. No frags to punish potential res here. If Knight's had a frag, he would have thrown it a very, very long time ago. As soon as he got that knock. Instead, repositioning to a cheeky angle inside this building. Does not have clearance to that window, I don't think. Oh my god, he wants him to peek these guys. Meanwhile, look at the kill feed. Mr. Knight's teammates are continuing to frag out even without Knights being there. This is going to be one of those kill-hungry strats I was talking about earlier. Alright. Phenomenal Man blowing up the wheels on the bus. Potentially to make sure that he doesn't get his feet shot out. Elevation from Mr. Knight is going to make that pretty hard anyway. These guys are pretty much all in on this fight now. You gotta look at the frag count. Both these players have 2 frags. As soon as they figure that Knight's on the roof, they just need to get in range and then frag him. It'll be very easy. They should figure out exactly where he is first. Emily getting shots on someone. Phenomenal suppressing. Knight spotting him out behind that bus. Sandu-hee is still right now. Oh no, and just what Phenomenal tried to stop. Phenomenal's man's feet are getting caught up from behind this, but the frag coming in, is this going to be it? No, it was just a little bit short. Knight's trying to put shots in that bus, but that bus is the highest entire game. It's going to take a lot of ammo, and that's going to give Sandu-hee but oh my god, a great spray from Knight. This is his Alamo, and he is making a great show of it so far. No hope of a res for Sandu-hee. That is way too overrun. Seeing Phenomenal not repeat. Trying to get that headshot, and he does it! Mr. Knight winning a 1v4 deep in the blue. Where does he have to go? Oh god. Let's count kilometers now. I'm guessing about we're seeing at least a 3-kilometer drive if he goes directly north. 4 if he takes the safe route in and goes west. Looking at the rest of this game that's been going on, because this isn't just a 1v1 we're watching right now. Center zone looking pretty active as Pros Don't Snake, Team 12, and Team 10, the Orion Legion, are sharing a hillside at the moment. With Team 10 playing inside the compound and Pros Don't Snake, Team 12, playing on the exterior of it. Looks like not too happy about this one. Pros Don't Snake aren't getting punished for this positioning right now, but if they stay here, they certainly will by other angles. This is what I was talking about earlier, where like you can play hills for a little bit, but unless you get a knock from it right away and get a push from there, you can't stay there. You need to play someone more defendable than a hilltop. They will be trying to find themselves a little compound, potentially a shelf, as the second shrink will be coming soon. Wins Gaming rotating to the north, directly next to YPG and Nate, and Reap the Place. This is going to be Void Esports coming in, trying to get eyes to their south. Cross bringing down Karma and Humphrey. In a lot of trouble. Karma, I'm not sure if he's actually gotten into a fight this game yet. He's mostly getting killed on rotate. Very sad to see. Humphrey as well, getting shot in the back most of these games. Trying to make his way into the zone. He can't stop. The zone will envelop and kill him if he stops. Car at low HP is on fire! And Reap the Place is going to take Humphrey down. Wins Gaming just having such bad luck with their rotates. Littlefoot left all alone to proceed. Once again, just trying to play for survivability here at this point. Get as many placement points as she possibly can. A rough set of games for Wins Gaming so far as she proceeds into El Pozo. Is in a decent spot to potentially make her way into a spot to hide in center zone. But, you know, we were talking about roads, and the road that I called out wasn't the one that was split the zone in half, but there certainly is one that is splitting the zone in half. This southern one near El Pozo, as we do see Shadow FPS from the Outlaws begin making ways. Big fight breaking out in Monte Nuevo as one of our kill leaders from the previous game in Knockout. 4th place with 11 kills. Camping this Monte Nuevo rotate. That scout from Ziki Nixusa is going to cause the rest of the team to wrap around to the south as you see the X-ray in the distance to the south. Going to be avoiding Monte Nuevo like the plague as Knockout. Smoke the body. Grab what loot they can. 1 kill for this team so far. Let's see if they can keep the kills up going later in this game. Littlefoot, oh no. Coming across the wrong time. Place to hide. Car getting lit up. Littlefoot at 1 HP. Tazinator is going to finish her off. Not able to find the hard cover behind the hay bale. Big crash going on the far east side. Larry loves feeling Balsy. Actually, no, it's just Larry. We see on the minimap Balsy over to the northeast. Being shot in the back. Greg is going to be able to get a lot of damage. Larry out 1 shot, just trying to bob around. Smoke has dissipated at this point. Can't quite tell because of the X-ray, but yeah, it is very, very strong there. Very difficult to shoot through that. Larry Lobsterfield just trying to stay alive as long as he can. Pitzer, Muddle, and Roxor not leaving this compound as the same guys who are shooting Larry could very easily punish a move out from, I think this is Meat Gaming, one of our Polish teams. Larry just bandaging up. These frags, not too accurate right now. We'll see they actually aren't aware exactly where he is, honestly. Oh, Larry, shot from the south, knockout. They see him. Once again, the Bob left, Bob right maneuver is coming out in full force. And it's worked once again. Larry Lobstertail, the master of almost dying, but not quite dying. They're certainly going to be walking away from this fight with lead poisoning, however. Far south side getting quite active as Team 11 drop shotters in charge of gatekeeping these southern fields, doing a good job of it so far. De-wheeling Steiner from 4-Kill Yellow, as well as getting shots on the players in the middle of the zone. Looks like Shadow and Tickles lost half their team at some point. And that's going to be a pretty hard hold as pros don't snake. The 4-man are coming in from their west. Great terrain, great vision here being held by our snaky team. And oh my god, a moving headshot on Tickles is going to take him out of the game. At least he's in a smoke cloud right now, able to crawl inside with his almost lifeless body. Corey going for a push, almost punished by Shadow, but Tex and Toxic in position for a flank if Shadow decides to leave his building. Mossy holding an angle. Tex looking for the flush. Mossy spraying down Shadow's walls, and it's going to be the story of Corey getting some revenge. No one shoots me and gets away with it, he says. Taking Outlaws out of this game, claiming a great chunk of real estate on the now west side of the zone. Tonight here, crashing into the last surviving player from 4-Quid Yellow. 3v1 breaking out in favor of our newcomers, Sneaky Beaky Boys. Steiner getting a great knock off the bat. Steiner inside, holding for as long as he can, but it's not going to happen. One shot is all it'll take to put Steiner down as Dark Dreams gets the rose on Mr. Knight's. For once in his life is Dark Dreams, who is not full of lead. He's probably pretty happy to see that, as well as making his way to the south side safely. Center zone still being claimed by Orion Legion. Edges very contested, powerful on the high ground to the north. They were playing a spot further east, if I'm not mistaken, and I've intentionally taken this high ground as a place where, okay, we're going to win the fight, probably, and we're not going to get shot in the back doing it. That's what they're looking for. First Cav Nato from Team Placeholder, spotting out Daziki Nexusa creeping in. Nato waiting for his team to come in for the team shot, potentially. Oh my god, look at that firing line. Look at that firing line. A beautiful team shot from Placeholder, taking SZT out of the game. That is exactly how you want to see a team shot happen. Beautiful stuff from them. Mixu and Co. couldn't even react in time. In fact, actually, as Pros Don't Snake hear the shots from Team 14, from Daziki Nexusa, Story Corey looking a little antsy, maybe wanting to get some of those kills for himself. Oh no, but just as I said, they made their way to the south side safely. It's going to be the drop shotters actually leaving their compound, coming to bring the fight to the Sneaky Beaky boys. Only having Sociopath be a little bit bloodier as a result. Should be able to bring them up, patch them up just fine. Powerful creeping in from the northwest. Void creeping in from the north. Gonna want to see Team 10 Orion Legion play a little bit more inside their compound. Haven't seen too many curries, but a Mark 14 is exactly what anyone would want in this zone. Definitely better than Mini, and I don't say that lightly. The Mini is the best Worlds one in the game, I would say. Dropping that for the superior Mark 14. Daziki Nexusa getting in the crate as well. That's going to be a great pick-me-up for them, as they have lost their player and are on one of the less, more dangerous parts of the zone. Another Mark 14. Very happy to see that. 4-man, though, creeping in from his west. It might not be Birkin who holds his Mark 14 for long, as Rakushiki and Silvertype are actually already on the rocks, leading the push against Daziki Nexusa. So I got Imos, though. Rakushiki taking shots. They all know where he is. Mixu and Birkin reacting immediately, trying to get better to cover against teams that could be pushing them. First, they got to worry about the southeast, as 4Earth and the rest of the drop shotters coming in from below them. Great shots by Birkin. Mark 14 putting in work. The follow-up frag landing near 4Earth actually flushes him. A great deflection. Great shot. Wiggling left, wiggling right. Does outshoot Mixu in the open, but no hope of a follow-up as the elevation is way too high here. All Greg Shot did there was only survive a little bit longer, and if you look at the minimap, he actually is going to begin to get shot from his southeast, while Birkin here gets the res on the high ground. Greg Shot beginning to return some fire to the aggressors from the east. It's going to be knockout. As to the north, we're seeing Placeholder push the compound of Pros Don't Snake. A couple pushes going on right now. Zone continuing to keep this road in. Very hard to tell what side is the quote-unquote right side to be on. It's more about how you hold your side and if you're able to leave it safely when the time does come. But Pros Don't Snake, that's probably going to mean killing all of Placeholder or just limiting them enough to the point where they don't want to peek anymore. Squad 7, though. Placeholder taking shots to the north toward Powerful, alerting Pros Don't Snake their presence. How they react is going to be pretty important here going into the next zone. Powerful, though, taking on a two-way fight. Ghosts are receiving fire from Squad 7 as Pros Don't Snake reacting to this very passively, not making a push. They don't know if they can keep. They don't know if they can win, rather. Nothing too crazy here coming out from Placeholder at the moment. They're just trying to land these long-range shots. They get a knock on Morpheus or Ghost Star. That's going to be an easy kill for them. But those guys are real good with their smoke grenades. Ghost Star specifically working more with smokes than hard cover. Knockout, leading Monty Nuevo, taking a fight in the southeastern edge. Caesar here might be getting outflanked here on the side. Is getting shot from the west as well. He cannot stay here. He cannot stop at all. And it's going to be TTV Mr. Dark from Orion Legion, who does get the kill shot on him, as the rest of Knockout are really trying to figure out if this is the place they want to be breaching in. The answer being no. Let's get out of here. Find somewhere. Well, no. The answer is yes. And then smoke. His vehicle starts smoking, but Rocks can't quite find the knock. He even needs to be careful of that blue zone. Already at low HP. This team, though, I don't know where they can really stop. Heaver leading the way does immediately explode from some gunfire from Void Esports, and the remaining two players gunned down. Sometimes you just got to take a fight. Although honestly, for Knockout, I'm not sure what play they really had left there. Knockout going down in 9th place. That was their 2nd place team, I believe, going into Game 2. You know, on the west side, Powerful getting some shots on the boys from Placeholder. Silver Type going down. Falcon, Rakashiki, and Nato here to support, though. 2-2 split from Ghost Star, excuse me, from Powerful is going to make it pretty difficult to get fire out while getting res if a knock does happen. Any knock from Powerful is going to be really nice, but they need to get those knocks first. Meanwhile, Pros Don't Snake allowing the push to happen. I think I would have liked to see a little bit more from Pros Don't Snake so far. Maybe identify that Placeholder is going for a push to the north and shoot him in the back. Right now, though, they're just holding this side and hoping the zone stays on them, having the defenses ready if they do, in fact, get pushed. Which might end up happening here, as it appears that the call to disengage from Placeholder has been made. Aware, though, that Pros Don't Snake is just over this ridgeline in this compound. A couple of shots beginning to come out here. Very, very precarious balance here. Mossy spotted out, peeking over this ridgeline. Quattro actually sitting in the shed, not peeking, waiting for a push to come out. Well, until now, actually. Holding the off angle, getting the knockout at Natto. No push until now, though. Tex and Quattro leading the way. Quattro getting a second knock. No frag, but that is not going to stop him from getting the second knock in this 4v2 team fight at the moment. Rakushiki backing up, trying to cover Natto as he goes and crawls back. Texan Toxic creeping up the ridgeline, getting a flank on a Rakushiki. And Silver Typey going down to iMossy. But Quattro going down to Ghost Star, who hear the fight going in and coming in for the third party. Quattro in a lot of trouble here. Mossy as well. Peeking behind the rock, does not want to expose himself to go behind this ridgeline. The opening, the lack of cover is just a bit too far for him. But the longer he stays here, the easier it's going to be for Norkeys to get a flanker on the left side. Meanwhile, the story of Corey not even helping in this fight right now. Instead of worrying about their back flank, worrying about the drop shotters. Brookstill as well being kept back. Both teams keeping back players to make sure they don't get flanked. Very, very conservative play here. Not going for a push. They don't think they can finish. Oh, actually, great job from Pros Don't Snake. I didn't think that they'd be able to save Quattro low. Mossy as well, retreating through the smokes. All four players from Pros Don't Snake making it out. Good stuff from them, and now they can focus on one side at a time. That Sociopath from Dropshotters playing the low ground. I'm pretty sure that as soon as Pros Don't Snake peek over this ridge, Dropshotters will go down. Question is, how many resources they're really going to commit to that. Mossy in the open. Quattro and Tex providing some stellar cover fire, though. Without those two, he would have gotten gunned down in the open. How are they going to react to this, though? Two players on top of this ridgeline. Tex shooting those little peeking heads now. As the story of Corey now dealing with the lower flank. Suchapath trying to go in, get some kills from the rear. Punished by the story of Corey, but Mossy shot by, like I said, not going to stay in their hands too long. Mark 14 from Norkeys. Going to be taking down iMossy. No flush quite yet, though. But also no push from Powerful. Oh my god, they're just dropping like flies on Quattro at 1 HP. Texan waiting for his turn to get rezzed. Story of Corey having his handful, just shoving his teammates' guts back in their body. Meanwhile, no recent knocks on to Powerful. Quattro getting some good damage on Ghost Star, though. Oh my god, he just stood there and held that angle, waiting for the head of Quattro to peek out, and he took it. Ghost Star taking some time to get the first aid kit off, while Pros Don't Snake, they're just real busy getting these reses off. They do need to finish this fight at some point. The zone is going to begin wrapping to the west, and if these two teams follow in with the zone, Powerful's position is better. They have high ground. They also have better tempo with how many downs and how many knocks they've gotten. In fact, talking about tempo and getting shot, I'm not sure if Team 12, if Pros Don't Snake, you'd have armor left. They're going to take this time to disengage and taking Dropshotter's old spot, but Greg Shot, seeing that happen, is going to try to prevent this from occurring. Look at that. Mossy, no helmet. Level 1 helmet on Texan Toxic, no armor. These guys are hurting for supplies. Oh my god, that is a beautiful ridgeline they have just found for themselves, however. Not going to stop Norkeys from getting a hedge on Texas Toxic, and he's going to be going out this game. No hope of going back behind that ridgeline, I would say. Zone too close, too much open ground. Meanwhile, Greg Shot now getting punished for playing loud inside this compound. Orion Legion have played this compound the entire game. still with 3 up, 9 kills to their name. A very rare case for playing as centered as they have actually resulted in an incredibly high kill count as well. They will now have to leave their compound, and they're one of the prime teams that can contest Powerful in the far west side of this hill. Infamous going to be crossing here, hoping that he can find a beachhead for his team if the zone shifts west. That being said, it doesn't. Orion Legion is still going to have compounds on the other side of the road in play, but Infamous shooting is going to alert Powerful to their presence. Powerful realizes Infamous is on the side of the road and actually begins peeking up over this ridgeline. Infamous needs to be careful here. This is effectively a 1v3 he's taking right now. Powerful, though, not inside zone. Infamous in a decent spot to stop any potential flanks from Powerful, but he's also on his own. The positioning from Tazinator and Dark will not help Infamous at all here, as Powerful is flanking left. Infamous, not reloaded, lining up a shot here. Oh my god, the clearance wasn't quite there, and Ghosts are coming in from the right. Thought he was close enough to not ADS, didn't quite work out. Infamous just couldn't quite hold this spot. Tazinator holding the back angle. This is so easy for Powerful to work around, but all Dark going for a big boy push. Taking Norkies down, and Tazinator providing covering fire for Dark as he runs to cover. Tazinator saving Dark's life, and now using the tempo he got to try and rush up. Dark going for a heal. Taz trying to go for the push onto Powerful. Norkies isn't rezzing yet. Norkies is going to take the 1v2, but this frag from Tazinator followed by 3 more. This might be enough. It lands at Norkies' feet. They did it. Orion Legion taking the win. Huge win for them. They did have center compound for a good chunk of the game, but to get 14 kills from a center compound position is an impressive feat indeed. They did not play passive. They played out. They got shots on target, and they showed what they got with a huge win from them. That being said, Powerful did get first place in the previous game, and with 11 points, 5 from kills, and 9 points, 3 from kills, and 6 from placements. They will not be leading from that first place spot anytime soon. However, this is a great start from Orion Legion with that win. Third place, Pros Don't Snake. Important to mention as well. Anyway, that was game 2. We're going to be taking a quick break, going to the game 3 halftime. When we come back, we'll be going to the EU portion of our games. Don't go anywhere. Halftime, and then game 3 coming soon. Welcome back to the post-halftime break. The second half of SS Survival Sunday going to be coming to you now. Scoreboards are going to be nice and updated here when we bring them up. And I don't think that's going to be too much of a surprise, as a first and second place will get you... Oh, hi there! First and second will get you pretty dang far, last I checked, but very close behind. Pros Don't Snake, 4 points behind, 2 third places in a row, and a good chunk of kills in game 2 as well, 11 of them. Orion Legion a first place with 14 kills, definitely going to be enough to rocket them up to the leaderboard as well. Sneaky Beaky, Knockout, 4 Quid Yellow, all these teams very much in prime position to fight for first place. And that's what you're looking at too, with $200 on the line. X credits still, however, will be sent to second place winners, and X points, 2 different kinds of currencies on the FirstBlood platform, will be given to the third place team. X credits used in some upcoming features, as well as currently used as entry for tournaments, and third place X points used in giveaways as of now. Definitely stuff to look at. So, games 1 and 2 NA games. Powerful sitting in first place at 31 points, a first and a second. Their second place was a much more conservative play. They didn't find themselves able to use their old style, although they certainly put a lot of holes in Pros Don't Snake. Specifically, remember, I think it was Quattro, was he Pros Don't Snake? Yeah, I think it was Quattro Low. Got his head blown off by Ghostar, who hard peeked him in the open. That's about as confident as you can get in your shot. Just hard peeking someone in the open, waiting for them to look at you at half HP. Still, though, Pros Don't Snake finishing out that game marvelously. 16 points to their name. 11 kills as they pretty much cleaned up most of the west side of the circle. Orion Legion, though, I'd be looking forward to see if they can do what they did in Miramar again. The center compound that they had, incredibly strong. But it did a lot of the work for them. I would like to see them more in these games. Maybe looking at them a little bit more, because I saw them in, I think it was NPL. It was the NPL Opens in Banana Lobby. There was, oh my goodness, there was 2 Orions there, and I don't remember if they're the Orion team that progressed onto round 3. Either way, definitely a team that is very active in the scene. I'd like to see what all their efforts have amounted to. I'm going to be looking at them more a little bit in Game 3. Siggy, like, I love them for reasons that we haven't seen yet. And it's like almost entirely their logo, which is a little bit unfair to say, but you'll see it when you see it. It's adorable. I think that we got them fixed for this game. Pretty sure we figured out what exactly was going wrong there. And then Knockout. Fragged out in Game 1. Couldn't quite do the same thing in Game 2. Although, honestly, the Game 2 game, whenever there are Miramar games that have a road or something else that splits the zone in half between playable and unplayable for a very, very long time, it is almost always incredibly hard to just get far in that game. Sometimes, oftentimes in games like that, they're just teams that are in the right spot. And then they were able to get so much more done than you. Obviously, that isn't always the case. It's like those teams that are like, oh, we didn't get good circles, that's why. Like, we're actually amazing at this game, we should get the good circles, we didn't win the games. There's definitely a skill set for getting as far as you can, regardless of circles. Pros don't snake, for example, have shown us that in Game 1, just surviving time and time and time again in places where it's like, okay, I don't get how you're alive right now, but good job regardless. And the ability for teams to be able to do that is pretty dang important. It's one of those things that a lot of top teams really try and strive for, because I mentioned before a little bit, there are games that teams should win, where they have put themselves in a proper spot, the zone has shifted on top of them, and you know, their positioning is so much better than other people. Like, other people have to run across open field to get into the zone. Other people, they just have less like windows, less cover to work with. And in games where you have the most cover, we have the best position, and where you can easily third-party the teams without having to move yourself for a very long time. Those are the kinds of games that you should win. The question is how many points do you get from the games that you shouldn't win, where you will never win the game. It is just, your positioning is just not on point, maybe not by any fault of your own, but because the circle didn't go towards you. How many points are you getting during those games? How long are you lasting in them? And are you letting them tilt you out of your mind? Because obviously, especially for, I would say some younger players, but it happens to everyone. Some people just get tilted at certain kinds of ways. And in the ways that teams respond to the pressure that PUBG esports takes is really important. Like, I've been saying this for a very, very long time, where I think that one of the most important skills in PUBG esports, I'm not a player, so what the hell do I know? But it seems to me that one of the most important skills is simply like mental fortitude and mental endurance, and being able to constantly make right decisions and do good by your team in very, very long series. Because, best of 4s, 4 games, that's a reasonably long time. It's a good chunk. A lot of tournaments will run best of 6s, even sometimes best of 8s. Sometimes you're going to be playing PUBG for the majority of your day, depending on what kind of league you're playing, and especially if you're looking to break into the top, and making sure that you got the headspace for that kind of thing. It's really important. Not everyone has it. I feel like it is something that you can learn, though. And, playing in events like this one definitely can help you learn. And put some change in your pocket if you're going to get first place here. Next Survival Sunday, by the way, if you guys are interested, is going to be 2 weeks from now. That one going to be in platform. This one done manually. Just waiting for the last lobby to get set up. Another shout out to the things that we have going on the app right now. Daily Royales. That's right. The Daily Royale is the name. Daily is a descriptor of that. $60 going to first place every time. 20 X credits for entry. Currently, it is a duos format at the moment. We are looking forward to different kinds of feedback, what kinds of things people would like from those events. Solos are also going to be in the works, and we'll be getting those to you guys as soon as we can. On top of that, going back to this series, more breakdowns. Powerful not getting as many kills as I thought they would. The style they employed was very, very good, very conservative, but didn't get as many kills as I would have thought. And that lack of kills did result in the leaderboard being a little bit tighter than maybe I expected it to be, which is always good to see, actually. I like it when leaderboards like this get really, really close between the top few teams and making sure that everyone has a chance with just 1 or 2 good games to launch themselves back up to the top. Currently, I would say that the top 5 are absolutely within that range. But 2 good games, with only 31 points, 2 good games is all it'll take to really get yourself up to the top. Just the question is are they going to be able to do that? As you have a couple of teams with a couple of bad starts near the bottom. Outlaws as well. I was really looking forward to see what they'd be able to show us, but in game 1, the drop that they had been going for in Northern Georgia contesting Powerful, I think that was the only hot drop that game. That was the only hot drop that we've seen since, if I'm not mistaken, and it's the only hot drop that I've ever cast in a very, very long time. Neither team wanting to pull back, neither team wanting to go for it. Now, I'm not saying that hot drops don't belong in competitive. In fact, that's actually an interesting question that a lot of people have for PUBG esports. Are hot drops throwing? They're not. Sometimes you just really want to keep your drop spot, and I don't really blame people for that at all. It's if you win the hot drop, it's a couple of extra free points, and you'll almost never get contested again. The only question is that if the flight plan goes back to North Georgia, what are we going to see this time? Is it going to be, once again, Powerful versus Outlaws? You could argue that Outlaws don't have much to lose. You could argue that Outlaws have a lot of kill points and a lot of points in general that they need to get, and even with 2 wins, it's only 20 points. They will need to supplement that with kill points, so a hot drop could be exactly what they're looking for. With these loot settings, though, it's not like they're going to be able to get any free kills. Like, yeah, I dropped in the building, got an AK, and he got a pistol. Like, no, they're going to have rifles. You're going to need to fight for those points. The fight's just going to come for you right away. Especially in North Georgia, with a city as big as that, you will never be in a spot where you're in the same building as someone else against your own volition. It'll always be, all right, I drop where I want to drop, they drop where they want to drop. Everyone can easily get their own apartment. Everyone can easily get their own prio. Just depends on how you take it. Oh my God, they work. Getting a close-up of that Winnie Wins Gaming emote right there. Yep, that is something else right there. Are those real? Is that Photoshop? Is that real glasses on that cat? Well, I'll need to get the word from Littlefoot on to onto how that emote came to be. Excuse me. Flight plan going north to south. Georgia pool is going to be in play. About a click and a half drop right there for a pull. Very, very doable from the flight plan. We'll see who ends up going there. Only real story here is that Yasnaya is going to be pretty hard to get to. Some teams in the lobby, I think, like going there. Forkwood yellow. Actually yellow this time. Unbelievable, right? Going to be dropping in that Severny shooting range area. Great split. Whenever you drop Severny, you always hope that you can get shooting range for free. Hope that you can get the crossroads as well. You just get tons of car spawns. Good chunk of loot. Looking at this time, though, it is going to be Powerful going North George, and it looks as though that Void Esports will be going for South George, and with no Outlaws in sight. That is going to be their terrain to do with what they want. Not going to be too much spicy stuff happening here. A lot of teams, once again, dropping for this farm area. Oh my God, it's huge! Why is it so big? Why? But you know, look at the Sneaky Beaky logo. Oh my God, I love it. I love the Sneaky Beaky logo. I think it might be taken from something. I'm not exactly sure, but I like it so much. It's so adorable, man. Reminds me of Chocobos in Final Fantasy. Looking in, oh my God, farm area is popping off, as well as once again another attempted roadkill. Meep Gaming's Caesar trying to find Burson PL, but a couple of shots from School. Nexus M4 and Mixu's Vector is going to push him back. Meep Gaming not going to be taken out this time. Looking around elsewhere, we have a 2v3 in this compound. Winnie Wins Gaming's 3 versus 2 from Pros Don't Snake. Now, Pros Don't Snake are not happy about this. They're in second place. They're in prime position to be taking this lobby. But they might die to a hot drop from 2 different teams that drop right next to them. And I don't know. Metallic running around with an Uzi. Song Doohee's only got a P9 too. There's so many people in a spot where so many people should not be. I'm not sure if Region even has a gun. I certainly hope he does. Hump is still running around with a Bison. Okay, he's got, is that a UMP or is that another Bison? Uzi Bison with an option of a Vector. At least he has options for the SMG he wants. Still not where he wants to be though. Still not at all what he wants to be doing. And Karma wrapping around here to the north side. Looking like they really do not want to be pushing here. Rather, they want to be punishing Pros Don't Snake for their movement here. Karma having the only rifle for the team. But I don't know to the north. Looking like they do not actually want to push. Will be instead of retreating to the west on foot toward Pachinki, which did have teams near it. Gonna be going to those barn houses on the outskirts, I would imagine, instead. Oh my god, Mazza, what even is the plan here? You have no idea what you're getting yourself into, friend. Littlefoot driving towards her friends as well. Pitzer model spotting her out, I would imagine. Karma taking shots at this motorbike as it goes by, but oh, that's gonna expose himself to Quattro, a headshot from Quattro Low. And all 4 players plus a very kitted up Littlefoot with an SLR here to help this fight out. Question is where, I wonder where Pros Don't Snake. Oh, as I ask that question, the minimap answers it. I'm Mossy coming in from the far southeast on foot. Smoke grenade. Region teasing his push. Quattro Low having a blind spot. T-Sock only able to get a glancing blow on his arm. Region able to get a cover for now, but with Imosy coming in from the east, Region needs to move quick or at least play conservative. Oh my god! What? What does that mean? How does that happen? Karma getting a great knock initially, but does immediately get flushed, pushing in from the incorrect angle. Littlefoot, though, going into the front of that building, going up to the second floor, and it's looking like it's going to be Littlefoot flushing in, but a second frag. Oh my god. Who needs going to guns when you have explosive? Both members of Pros Don't Snake getting knocked from frags. Karma did go down and out, but Imosy changing his course. Tech's going to be backing off as well. That's going to be Winnie Wins the game and feeling pretty good about that fight. But they also were fighting over garbage. So I'm a little bit worried about what the next step is going to be. No vehicles, barely in zone, almost no loot, and everyone else in the lobby is already fighting for center zone while they're barely on the edge. Region finishing off the story of Corey. Ooh. Looks like Phenomenal Man able to take down Hella Flusher. But in the center of the zone, or at least on the southwestern edge, we do have Knockout very, very close to Astafi. Or at least a few members. Kamikaze still running in away from the drop shotters to his southeast. Greg shot and Hella Chucha. Hella, I'm just gonna call him Hella. Hella coming in from the north on top of this hill as well. Rotating right past him. Kamikaze creeping around. Ooh, gonna be pretty hard for him to link up with his team as well. As we've seen over here, a fight breaking out with Team Outlaws already in center zone, taking some shots toward the Gatka area. Gatka outskirts, rather. T-Guard and Tickles not going to be pushing anytime soon, as they were the scouts for this team. They're the 2-man split. They're trying to hold this. If they get shots on these guys, great, just take them, but they're not going to be looking for anything more than making sure that they themselves do not get pushed. Looking at this from the Outlaws, that's actually super greedy. So we have Shadow FPS on the north and Gatka and Tickles to the south. You really don't want to let people get between your split, and there's 2 teams between the split, and a third one that is able to stop it. Tyler, now they're going for a crash. Mr. Knight's trying to stop it from happening. Immediately getting down here, though. That 4v1 that he took earlier, maybe giving himself a little bit too much confidence in this 1v1, and that's going to be Void Esports gaining control, excuse me, on this combat. Sneaky Beaky losing control of his center spot in the zone. Powerful coming from northwest. Reap the place and from Void, getting shots on them as they're moving in. In the far southwest side, Natsu from placeholder, and this is probably the last few minutes that he lives as he is driving past the occupied compound. Somehow, not as many shots that are stuck towards them yet. Does get away with his life. Knockout just not quite at the right windows. And that road as well. A lot of low ground. It can be hard to find clearance to actually shoot down there. Definitely very lucky to walk away from that alive, however. Outlaw, despite having a suboptimal split, still showing some signs of life. T-Garden going down, though. Need to make sure you don't get down too much. Tickles and T-Garden, or Shadow and his teammate. If they both go down at the same time, no hope of res coming in from the teammates there. Northwest side, a lot of black going on as a very, very wide split from Powerful. Brooksville not getting shots on Void, probably intentionally playing it stealthily. Scouting for his team, waiting for them to get into position. Gonna be sticking here in the low ground. His team on the northwest inside of the radar tower. Not inside of it, near it. Great spot to hold for now, but Brooksville, he's giving information to his team, but unless he knows that Void Esports is a 2 split, it's not going to be doing too much. And actually, Brooksville is forced to leave as Larry Lobstertail inside the 2 stories to his west will spot him out and force him to take a better spot, and that's going to alert Nate and Co to his position. A lot of pressure now on Norkies and the rest of Powerful to help Brooksville get out of this sticky situation. As we see on the minimap, Innate and Read the Place looking directly towards him, punishing him for any further movement. Actually leaving the compound during a shrink. Oh, it's because his car flipped. All right, well, that'll do it. He's dead. He is super dead. Read the Place blowing his head off. Okay, that's not how that works. That's... All right, dude. Okay. okay. Brooksville, not super dead, but pretty dead. Powerful still in zone to the north, but they need to make a humongous risk to even begin to try to get him out of this mess, and it's not worth it. You're probably going to lose 2-3 players getting out of that one with how many people are around taking shots at him. Ooh, rotate coming in from 4 Quid Yellow, trying to wrap around Outlaws who are currently busy taking shots to their north. Team 14, Daziki, Nexusa, Dial, and Inkov find themselves a spot to dismount here on the east side of the zone. Phase 2 did shift to the south compared to, I think, what people were expecting. Drop Shutters getting center zone here. The hill that Drop Shutters is holding, the gray team on the south edge, is a little bit much to hold, even for a 4-man squad. We'll be seeing how well they're able to hold this going later in the game. For now, very safe, but also probably not going to get too many kills from it. No one's going to be crashing them on that spot. They're either going to be crashing the compound below to their north or below to their east. Outlaws in position to get a couple of shots on rotating players, but punished a little bit too much to sit there for too long. Recording as well, barely dodging the bullet there. We're rotating west. Team 13, actually, Rigo's doing a very strange strat this game. With Larry Lobstertail, Recording is driving toward right now, trapped in the middle of nowhere. Recording in a bit of trouble, driving a Dacia across the open field, getting shot by Sneaky Beaky. Will be able to get out of there alive. Barely linking up with Larry Lobstertail, but I'm not sure how effective that's going to be, as Larry Lobstertail's position is currently getting scouted out by Orion Legion. Oh, that is a sexy logo. I just want to say that really quick. That helmet is really cool looking. Larry Lobstertail, though. Dark deciding it's not worth it. Going to be rapping instead, focusing his attention on other things in the radio station. Meanwhile, more teams rotating to the east side. Dread Pirate, another just random guy rotating from the Rigos, is going to be in a lot of trouble as Drop Troopers are spotting this Dacia careening through this open field. It's a matter of time, but it will be Helichiha getting that kill. Pizza Module coming in from the east. And they actually are able to stop on this hill. Drop Shutters spread out way too much. Or not. Way too much implies that they've been a mistake. You simply can't hold this hill as a 4-man. It's too much surface area. So they're going to be forced to now be neighboring this alongside Meep Meep Gaming. coming in from that east side for Earth and Greg, keeping eyes on it, but Caesar, I think, spotted out Greg at some point. They're not being real careful about getting spotted out here. They did lose their 4th at some point, Hella Flusher. So if they're taking this fight, yeah, they don't want to take this fight as a 3-man. They're actually getting out of here right away, finding a spot that's a little bit safer for a 3-man. For Cordiello, now arriving to the northeast, going for a 2-man split. Very weird split to see. I almost never see this happen with Steiner holding this spot in the top. Oftentimes, Steiner's the current location gets crashed quite a bit. You usually see 4v4 fights occurring in that area. Far east side, 3 teams coming in there. Pros don't snake, going up against Winnie Wins Gaming, the team that harassed them at the beginning of the game, but also right to their behind. I don't know who. Once again, all these 3 teams came in from the farm area. It looks like they walked in, but Tex and Toxic from Pros Don't Snake just cannot catch a break. Twitch Eye Mossy forced to run into this building. Littlefoot spotting him out, but Mossy able to gun her down just in the nick of time to it. I don't know, is going to be taking shots at him from his east. I don't know, can't stop either. The zone's going to be coming in, granted slowly, but will be coming in from the east. Humphrey in a spot to take a 1v4 at. He's pretty much all in on this rock. Unless he leaves right now, which he does decide to do. Region maybe getting some cover there. Now, Region covering Humphrey on his escape. Letting him not take too much damage there, but I'm honestly probably hungry for some revenge here. Once he gets shots on Region and Humphrey here to his south, but also needs to be wary of his east, which Mossie's buildings, that ridge right in front of his building, facing the direction of this new team coming in, that's going to prevent him from seeing pretty much anything. Honestly, there's a solo. Do you really want to be peeking that much? Answer for him is probably no. Hearing some shots ring out, though, he is going to be now the 3rd member of Winnie Wins Gaming trying to hold at the off angle. Phenomenal man down here. Song Doohee fragged by Humphrey. Oh my god. Dude, Winnie Wins Gaming is actually nuts with these frags. Humphrey trying to get the Molotov on to the down player. He's been tracking this Metallic as he comes in from the east. Another frag coming in. Is it going to be another knock? Not a knock, but a good chunk of damage. And the second one getting thrown toward the down from earlier might accidentally down the Metallic man. Won't down Metallic, but it will flush Phenomenal. Very, very low HP. Good hold so far from Winnie Wins Gaming, but they still got to worry about iMoss to their north. Legacy KS. All these smoke clouds having almost no sight lines. If he wants to cross, he's going to need to do it right now. Smoke clouds allowing that are now dissipating. Region taking the quiet time to get the res onto Humphrey. iMossy still alive, still fishing for shots in the north. Oh, Legacy spotting it just in the nick of time. Luckily, not getting a headshot there. But, oh my god, iMossy is shooting them through the holes in these fences. That is such a small angle for him to be hitting. Oh, man. Oh, man, this is actually nuts. He hits this. Granted, though, bolt action, not a very, it does a lot of damage for bullets, so he gets rewarded a lot if he does hit them. But he'll need to land that shot twice. He's not getting a headshot through those bars. It's just not going to happen. And so iMossy landing these shots is going to be really difficult, especially as Legacy begins to return fire. Metallic rushing into this compound. Humphrey hearing it. Cookin's, shaking up something for Humphrey, but last time I checked, frags do a lot more damage than Molotovs, and that one landed right at Humphrey's feet. Somehow not dying, but Metallic taking this time to push in. Region not here to help Hump. Metallic pushing to the second floor. Humphrey, oh, he didn't even hear it. Oh, no. Metallic gunning him down. Only Region alive on the Western 1 story. Mossy using the distraction to retreat to the west, but needs to wrap back around to the south if he has a hope of getting into this. Meanwhile, inside the zone, drop shotters trying to get shots on teams coming from the south. It's going to be knockout. As well as Rakushiki from Team Placeholder coming in from the west. Wide split there. Knockout, though, not under much pressure. They were able to barely make their way inside of the warehouse. And because of that, any knocks that occur are going to be pretty hard to get in. I would like to see knockouts get their cars inside there as well, as their current position is relatively unsafe from the west, assuming that they haven't already been de-wheeled. Question is, though, is how important are the dotsies even going to be? Oh, looks like in the kill feed. or something that I missed from the kill feed. Region was able to take the 1v2. 5 kills to this team's name, 4 of them for Region. New star player for When He Wins Gaming as he tries to clean up all the solos coming in from the north. Outlaws, though, making the way from the Gaka outskirts. Able to sneak in from the north, but also Void Esports coming from the west. A lot of teams now, just now coming into the edge, but also uncontested from the edge. Most teams that are left in this game, left in this zone, deciding instead to come in and center up, rather than actually hold any edge bits. Important to note, our current first place team, Powerful. I only see Norkies in the south. Oh, nope, they're still alive. I was going to say they're out of this game, but nope, they just rotated all the way around to from the north to the south, where they will have little to no contestion for the terrain they decide to keep. Far west. Void now sharing this hill with drop shotters. Dark Dreams from Sneaky Beaky like. Teasing going up this hill, but without any teammates, might want to be very careful about how far he goes. That means if a fight breaks out between Void and drop shotters, Dark Dreams will be in position to maybe shoot him in the back and maybe get a kill or two for free here. Shots not being exchanged, tons of smoke being used by Void. Fort Earth trying to find a bolt shot. Path, the 4th from drop shotters coming in from the southeast. Greg, Hella, and Fort Earth now making their way up the middle. Trying to find shots on these guys. Quick Eyes will find, or Greg, excuse me, will find the initial knock. With all these smokes that were pre-smoked, I would say they're in a decent spot, but it looks like all the smokes they had before have already dissipated, and they need to pop new ones for the res onto FIFA. Luckily, FIFA barely on the edge of the zone, so they want to worry about the zone chunking them as they get the res. Fort Earth getting down by Sneaky Beaky here, though. Third party coming from the northeast. They need to be cautious of that, and Fort Earth will actually pay for that mistake with his life. Wrapping too far to the right around this hill, and looking at the mini-map as well, the new zone has popped. This hill is not really going to be in play. If it is, it's not going to have room for more than one team. So dropshotters need to figure out how they want to address this, if they're going to play cautiously in the zone, or if they'll hold their ground, maybe go for even more of an aggressive push onto the Void coming in from the northwest. Outlaws versus 4-Quid Yellow is going to be the next fight that occurs here. On the north, though, smokes being brought up as a couple of these downs onto Outlaws will be resable. Quick Eyes still taking some fire, though. 4-Quid appearing to be get the better side of these trades. Yeah, look at these health bars. Every single member from 4-Quid Yellow barely missing any HP. It's only Steiner. Meanwhile, Outlaws trying to find anything they can. And oh my god, the tracking from D-Lol. Just spraying the smoke. And that's going to be a very difficult res. The zone coming in at their back, trying to get the flush onto Shadow. Quick Eyes getting low as well. There's just so many fire angles that 4-Quid has by controlling this entire compound. Asmodeus having lots of ammo to spare as well. Even using some frags here. Oh my god, Outlaws just cannot catch a break. Quick Eyes, low HP. T-Garden finished off. Tickles. Frag through the smoke. 4-Quid setting themselves up early for another high kill game. But Sneaky Beaky did take that fight to cross through the open field, but oh my god, this is just colorful over here. It's a rainbow of color that is quickly disappearing, though, as drop shotters are killed down to a single man. Greg shot bleeding out, no hope of a res. Hella being tempted by all these bikes lying around, but will instead go for the push onto Innate. Very, very scary play to be 1v1ing, but does seem over the ridgeline. Oh, but the grass, he can't track him through the grass, is forced to prone out for a reload. Very awkward spot for a prone. Tracking Innate with audio, hearing him go to that tree. Pre-firing the tree, but shot in the butt. Hella is going to be not too happy about his current situation, as knockout coming in from the southeast means that Hella cannot move. Innate smelling the blood in the water, going for that finish and immediately backing up, but he's backing up to help out his teammates who are getting shot now in the back by Sneaky Beaky. One down to the process, but Dark Dream is ready with the trade. But once again, third party after third party after third party, 4-Quid themselves. Taking spot in the open, Dark Dreams gunning him down. To reiterate, Dark Dreams on one of the teams that is doing pretty dang well in the NPL Opens, making his way to the 3rd round. Definitely showing his stuff here in Survival Sunday today. Northwestern Hill, a hotbed of action, as all the teams that are on the west and the north are forced to fight for what little terrain is left here. Steiner leading the way, doesn't know that Acto is on this tree, running right up against it. His teammate calling him out, but not in time. Actov getting that kill onto not one, but 2 players. Look at that kill feed. Actov. Asmodeus and Inkov coming up for revenge, fragging the exact tree he's on. Not quite far enough, but Active does take a little bit of damage getting away from the tree. Forkwood will probably continue fragging it. Smart from Active going away from it for now. Power making their move in the northeast, but Actov still showing signs of life as he guns down Asmodeus. Is this going to be a 4v1? No, it's not, because Inkov wants nothing to do with him anymore. Just going to be trying to sneak his way into the zone. Maybe gatekeep Actov if he hears him coming from the north. Because, look, Inkov is here in the zone. He doesn't have to move that much further. Actov, a lot of movement required, and that's going to be loud. Inkov might be able to hear him come in. Impressive rotate from Powerful, wrapping around the few squads that are left. Only phase 6, but only 12 alive. Powerful 3 of them. Morpheus holding the shed in the middle of the field. Norkeys and Ghosts are making a prospective push to the north. Meanwhile, in the south, we haven't been looking at this too much. Meet Me Gaming has been holding a centralized compound for quite a long time. If the zone continues to favor them, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to lose control of this area. But with Knockout coming over the hill to the west, 3v3, anything can happen there. Oh, what's inside this crate? What is Nato going to get? I haven't seen M249 all day, and it looks like I still will not. Cast 8 games. Haven't seen many crate guns at all. Actov now getting punished? He's dead. Frag from Norky's taking him down. Inkov deciding that discretion would be a better part of valor will award him with a couple of extra placement points as he makes his way into the top 5. Ghostar Norkeys claiming high ground, or at least that little chunk of it right there on the north end. Morpheus keeping his position in the field. Won't be able to stay there for too long, however. 10 seconds left before the phase 7 shows itself, and I guarantee that field that Morpheus is in is not going to be in play. Even if it goes away from this compound, it's not where you want to be. Here we go. Phase 7. Favoring Meep's Gaming's spot in the compound, although the spots that are more centralized are currently not occupied. Nato could sneak in if Caesar leaves this building to the south. Roxor and there's a Meep, though, spotting Ghostar and co. out to the side. Actually, no, Ghostar picking Morpheus up with his vehicle. Powerful, constantly showing that they want to do whatever they can to stay alive as a 3-man. Both these aerial games, someone has made a Saving Private Ryan-esque kind of play, just driving their car over there. And now they'll be trying to get him out of there. Is it going to work? Powerful rotating around the left side does make it to cover. Great play and just in time for the zone to begin its shrink. Will it be enough? Powerful coming as a 3-man on the north. Forkwood coming in as a 1-man on the west. Knockout not really having too many eyes that way. Instead, looking at the only player that's moving right now, Powerful to the north. As they begin to send it a little bit, just teasing their way into the zone, hoping that the smokes they have are going to be enough to hold off the shots. And then also hoping the zone goes away from the compound. And quite frankly, it probably will. The zone doesn't like staying in compounds, doesn't like staying near buildings. So this play that we saw right here, this seemingly innocuous conservative play, might give them the only hard cover in phase 8 and 9. Only time will tell. We'll see. Solos coming in from the south and west. One for each trio to deal with. Knockout having to deal with Inkov. And Meep having to deal with placeholders Nato. Creeping up here from the edge. Caesar almost certainly can hear him. Playing the first floor, hard peeking. Didn't even know he was there. 4 teams left alive. Inkov having a similar situation he has to do, but crawling in instead. Barely outpacing the zone. That's exactly where you want to be. Keeping your head down. You got to remember, though, that crawling is one of the loudest noises you can make in this game. louder than running, louder than vaulting, I would imagine. And he will be able, if I'm not mistaken, to barely crawl his way into that zone. As, oh no. Okay, Powerful's UAZs aren't in. Meep Meep still has a couple of one-story buildings in. This is really bad for Knockout. Knockout are going to be forced to fight against Meep Meep here in a couple of seconds. The only question is, how will they take this fight? Problem, obviously, being that when that fight starts, Income is going to be behind him. There's a lot of chips on the table here that are in favor of Meep Meep right now. Caesar moving up after he secured the south to secure the north side as well. And Powerful begin to make some prospective pushes here to the north. I think that they might actually have a little bit of defilade. Powerful does. As they begin smoking pretty deep into the zone, what is their plan? Incove, making a play, being loud, being dead. Smoke finding him, taking him down. Powerful getting shots on to Kamikaze and Smoke. 2 players very low. That's going to stop the push from Knockout. Dead in its tracks from anyone but Shadow. Now, Morpheus realizing they have a little bit of time here, are going to be moving in with his UAZ, using this push from Knockout as a distraction to get close to these 2 teams. Caesar getting it down on the smoke. Shadow hiding inside the smoke. Meep Meep. Good use of their hard cover so far to all but stop the push from Knockout in its tracks. Kamikaze finished. Smoke bleeding in the smoke. Re-smoke being tossed out by Shadow. They're getting caught out in it. Sprays coming out. The only thing between Shadow and an early death is a light trigger finger from Meep Meep Gaming. Need to be careful here. Powerful is coming in from that north side. Caesar might be overcommitting onto this finish from Knockout. If he's quiet, he could be able to hear the first aid from Smoke. This is a very curious play from Caesar, but it's going to work out as he guns down one. His teammate saving him from the second who peeks out trying to go for the trade. Meep Meep Gaming do secure the compound. But is that the play? As now, we have Powerful in center zone. Broken Dacia, smoke grenades all over the place. But Meep Meep Gaming do have smokes of their own. Zone, final zone, shifting its way in. 6 kills already from Meep Meep Gaming, and they make it 9. Caesar holding off Powerful, taking a gunfight right now. I'm not sure if that's a 1v3 we're going to be taking though, Caesar. He's knocked to very, very low HP, going for a heal. Norky's prepping a frag with his name on it. Rockstar, this might be the time for smokes, or for VSS rather. We'll see what Rockstar can get done with this. 2v3 now, though, as Mozzle is not going to be able to get the res on Caesar. At least he definitely shouldn't try, I don't think. Rockstar using the smokes, flanking right. Ghosts are holding that angle, though. Morpheus is as well. Smoke's dissipating. Rockstar spotted out by Ghoststar. 2 players focusing down Rockstar right now. Morpheus prepping a grenade. Rockstar trying to spam fire his Scar. Frag slightly underthrown here. He sees him with the VSS, but it's not going to be enough. The last player from Meep Meep Gaming falls, and that's going to be the second win of the day for Powerful. Only 5 kills, showing us that they can play however the hell they damn well please. And it's going to pretty much work out every time. Decent kill game in game 1, very few in game 2, but a first, a second, and then a first. No one can say that's a bad placement. Powerful, second win of the day. 4 on Norkies, 1 on Ghoststar. Top of the scoreboard before this game as well was looking pretty close, but another win for our first place team and an early exit for Pros Don't Snake, which I believe was our second place team, is gonna make it very, very difficult for them to get over that last hump. It might be a little bit too much for anyone to get past, really, as off the top of my head, Powerful sitting at least 45 points, maybe even going into the 50s. If I remember correctly. I'm just going to wait for the scoreboards to talk any more in depth about any of that. But for real, though, that northwest side, it seemed like anyone that was on that side should have died. Because you have this compound in play that set it up for so long. Like almost the entire game. Meep Meep Gaming saw that, went for it right away. Eventually, Knockout did as well. But But somehow, Powerful was able to get to use their UAZs so well as hard cover, hanging on for so long, making something out of nothing, and able to take the win. Again, great stuff from them. And honestly, that kind of like car fort UAZ play is something that I haven't seen in a really long time. Like back in like day one PUBG esports, car forts were all the rage. You make a car fort, like there was a specific way you wanted to do it. Like you have like the UAZ in the middle, you have the two dots on the sides so that you can peek right and peek left of the UAZ and still have like chest high cover. And then it just kind of fell out of fashion because people were just like, okay, well, this isn't Fortnite. Like these, like we can still get fragged really easy if people get close to us. And it's not like great cover. Our feet are still exposed. But with some, honestly, the car forts are a good part of it, but also with some really insane smoke grenades and Powerful. They're really showing that even if you don't have, like, you can hold a spot that doesn't make sense as long as you have a UAZ and enough smoke. Looking at the scores here going into the last game, it's going to require a 17-point game from Pros Don't Snake to take Powerful out of the top. Quite frankly, it's more of a fight for second and third, as looking at the rest of the scoreboard, damn close, all the way down to fifth, a one-way tie. Two-way tie? Two-way tie. One-way ties aren't ties. Two-way tie between Orion, Legion, and Knockout. The tiebreaker is determined by the kill count, which is also quite close for these teams. Knockout having, 18 kills compared to the 17 of Orion Legion. Going to be very, very close indeed. If there are any ties, keep in mind we will need to do the tiebreaker manually. What the scorecard shows here at the end might not necessarily calculate a tie properly. What we announce is how the tiebreaker is announced. And I'm telling you right now, it's based on kills and then average placement. Pros Don't Snake, though, a very, very heartbreaking start, middle, and end to that game for them. Getting hot dropped from the beginning, having to walk all the way into the zone, and then having the same teams that dropped in that area also using similar strategies, getting their way in, and then showing up there last. I'm honestly doing a great job of landing some really nice shots. He made the best situation that he could out of a very bad one. And even in a spot like that, Pros Don't Snake is persevering for so dang long. Forkwood Yellow. I cast them a little bit in the ASL, and they're actually making much bigger waves here at Survival Sunday than I thought they would. A decent team in ASL, but also a ton of kills here in their first game. Very, very good at camping rotates and punishing them in the early and middle game. But it looks like that they haven't quite found their pacing yet on Miramar. Hopefully on Miramar for the EU set, where ping will be a little nicer to them, they'll be able to have a decent game for themselves. Knockout as well, first game, nutty performance. Haven't quite seen the same thing from them. Last game, they kind of got demolished in their push, didn't work out at all. Ryan Legion as well, one good game, rocking them up. 24 kill win. Want to see more from those three teams, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Want to see what they can really bring to the table. Want to see what kind of performance they can put on for us. Pros Don't Snake as well. Putting on some real nice shows for us. All right, we're going to be going to a quick break. Need to rest my voice a little bit before this final game. Before Game 4. Lobby is already live, so it's going to be a short one. Just go grab a snack, go to the bathroom real quick, and when we come back, Game 4 will be live and waiting for you. Welcome back. Game 4 going to be coming in real soon. If you're just not tuning in, I'm Little Fuzzy Seal, bringing you the 4th and final game of Survival Sunday 48. We're finally back. That's right. Happy to be back. Had some pretty good games so far. Powerful, tearing the lobby apart, but also a very close set of placements between 2nd and 6th. And that is going to determine who gets a couple of X credits and X points to be used on the FirstBlood platform, but also $200 going for first place, which is, I'm sure, the prize that most people are going for. $200 is pretty hard to pass up. Gonna get yourselves a real fancy dinner at a real fancy place. Pretty interesting stuff so far. A little bit of drama going down in the chat, but Pros Don't Snake, the big story from Game 3, having a very rough set of placements in the third game, despite having 2 consecutive third places, putting them in second place. They are still in second place, but their lack of points has effectively put them has made them unable to bridge the gap from second to first, which I believe is 46 points for first and 30 for second. Going to take a humongous game from Pros Don't Snake and a pretty bad one from Powerful to bridge that gap. Meanwhile, like I was saying, though, second place, 30 points. And I think that was like 6th place with 24 or 27. I don't remember exactly how many it was, but it was very close. So these guys still got a lot to fight for if they want to take home some of that in-platform currency. X credits used for tournaments in the app. 20 X credits to entry, $60 winner take all. Currently running duos tournaments, but certainly can be changed based on feedback from players. Maybe even get some more daily Real tournaments. Maybe running 2 a day if we can get to that point. Interesting news being in chat. No quick shout out as well to a team or to a player that's in playing today right now. Dark Dreams, his team recently getting into the NPL Phase 3, something that's running on, whose finals are running on the Wednesday and Thursday, whatever numbers those are next week. Going to be some nice stuff happening there. Either myself, Amasti, or someone else will be casting those. It's going to be really fun to see that, though. Either way, bring that up because Dark Dreams is playing with us here today, and he was pretty high up on the leaderboard, 3rd place, I believe, in the NPL games. Let's see if we can do the same thing today here at Survival Sunday as we go into our 4th and final game here on Miramar. At some point, this undercut became very popular. I'm actually watching a short now called The Expanse, and there's a guy who has this exact kind of haircut, and I was like, all right, there you go. I feel like you just can't make that hairstyle not look greasy, though. Oh my god, what is this? This flight plan is atrocious. It feels short. Like, this flight plan... No, it definitely is shorter than, like, other ones that just had more of the map in play. This is going to cut out a ton of the map. El Pozo, Los Leones still in play. Both of those locations can suit 2 to 3 teams, so if you're working around that kind of thing, then it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. But I think that was what happened in Higo's last game. The teams that dropped there in Game 2 are going to be feeling a little bit more hesitant in Game 4. 3 teams dropping in El Pozo area right now. Knockout. 4 Quid Yellow. As well as I don't know if I'm not mistaken. Where is that placeholder? Not sure. Sorry, my throat is killing me. Gonna try and get through this 4th game. Meanwhile, Dark Dreams, some sneaky beaky like, can be dropping that Monte Nuevo area. And, ooh, what is this? 2 or 3 teams. Is that 4? Oh, God. We got a 4-team hot drop going towards Picado. Here we go, ladies and gents. 4 teams going to be trying to see if they can win this one. And I'm wondering if any of these teams did not want this to be a hot drop. It looks like that our silver team that is currently deviating over to the west is a little bit less interesting. Yeah, Legacies, I don't know, is seeing this and wanting no part of it. But everyone else, yeah, they came here to fight. They're here to fight. They're here to frag. Let's see what kind of show they're going to put on for us. Tickles and Outlaws going to be claiming the north side. FIFA, whatever his name is, on his own, surrounded by 2 different teams. And on the south, definitely be controlled by Void, but still hot as Larry and Nate are sharing a building. And Dread Pirate, Reap the Place, and his teammate can be sharing the southern compounds together. Oh man, Dread Pirate already finding himself at M4 with a ton of rounds. Gonna be going in to help his teammate potentially. Crashing inside this building, resulting in a 1v1. Reap the Place with a shotgun. This might be the only pump action kill you'll see in Comp PUBG, and that's gonna be it. Reap the Place, earning an M4. Oh my god, a double kill. No! Oh no! Needs to load the last shot. Oh, there it is! Larry Lobster Tail. Reap the Place, barely able to juke jive left and right. That is the only double kill you will ever see in competitive PUBG, and Reap the Place is gonna be the one that makes it happen. YPG and Tyler. Now if that doesn't secure this outside, I don't know what will. Recording though, still trying to get some revenge. Goes that recoil from the barrel, not doing him any favors. Innate saying, "You didn't hit me there. You're not gonna hit me again." Innate blowing the head off of recording. That is the Regos, who are down to only Baltzy, their last player hiding inside of the arena. Still trying to find some shots. Does get it down onto Innate. One shot on the armorless Innate is all it'll take to bring him down, but that chest high wall is going to be easy to get the res off for Tyler. Baltzy needs to react very quickly to get that knock. And oh, here is a frag coming in. Is it going to be enough? No, just jumping right over the wrong side of the wall. Third player from Void, providing some cover fire. Well, now gets that res, and Baltzy, man, you gotta work on that frag arm. These frags is laying just short of over the wall. And now FIFA coming in from behind. Not too confident with that Uzi quite yet. Still nearby, but Shadow shooting him in the side is going to make him close the door, not cower inside. He's gonna be holding inside this building for a little bit. Making sure he doesn't get shot in the butt one more time. Baltzy as well. Those were not Baltzy's teammates that were shooting Fefa in the butt. So he is not going to be peeking to the north either. Outlaw is having great sight lines here, holding both of the high ground positions in these apartment buildings. But as long as no one peeks to the north, then Outlaws will not have shots on target. Looking at the zone real quick, Powerful having an incredible spread here, setting themselves up for what I can only assume to be rotation camps. And sitting around waiting for people to come in at their compounds and then take whatever is probably going to be a 1v2 to start themselves off with. Northwest side as well, pretty occupied. El Pozo, owned by One Team Knockout, getting their own spot inside Crater Fields, and Lockberry, owned by its own team. Knockout Shadow maybe spotting out Dark Dreams as he continues his rotate. We'll keep it on the kill feed for that one. FIFA trying to link back up with his team a little bit. Trying to isolate Baltzy here on the south side. But, oh, that run is going to result in an immediate knock. But a couple of shots will land from Baltzy. Tyler now running into the open and trying to prevent any potential frags coming out. And he's just sending it. He is going for this fight right away. Hearing him on the staircase, trying to get through this advantage. We'll be getting a great initial spray down. Baltzy at 1 HP. Tyler not exactly sure how much damage he got onto Baltzy. And Baltzy breaking the window, teasing the jump out, but making a little bit of noise, not fooling Tyler. Making FIFA safe by just making sure there's no one around to kill him. Outlaws, in the meantime, not going to be leaving this high ground spot. And oh my god, Reap the Place, blowing that head off of Quick Eyes. That is going to be a long wrap around. Going all the way down the building they're currently in, then going all the way back up the building that Quick Eyes is in, unless they want to send T-Garden across this precarious plank between the two buildings. No, it's going to be Shadow Garden. Much safer than exposing your head for a second time. Void. Making use of all these windows in these Lego block buildings and Reap the Place, looking for a second Car9 headshot. Already done a pretty dang good job of it so far. Looking for a second one. Can he do it? Oh my god, what is going on in that kill feed? Oh no. What is happening? We gotta check out what's going on here on the north side as we saw a roadkill here. Dark Dreams getting shots in 4K. Or 4 quid. D-Law driving away, trying to get out of dodge. KO pretending he's part of 4 quid, just adding himself in on the rotation path. D-Law's Murado not doing him any favors as he has very poor acceleration going up this hill. Bobbing and weaving, trying to get out of sight of Dark Dreams. Almost up this hill. I can't believe he survived as long as he had, but even if he gets over this hill, it's going to be Knockout Shadow who's waiting for him. The only question is, whose kill is it going to be? D-Law giving him a lot of respect here, allowing the first aid kit to come off. Just shoot him. There you go. There you go. That's going to be Shadow getting that kill on the D-Law. One more. There you go. D-Law realizing the end is nigh. Literally DCing. And Steiner and the rest of 4 quid. If there even is the rest, I think it might be just him rotating east towards zone. Looking like they're going to get some more blood today, though. Mustafi, who originally got that first knock and was finished, only kill for CPP like. 2 players from Knockout will be driving away, but Shadow and Kamikaze still going to be inside the compound, having their own vehicle, being a little bit late. Knights realizing there's still 2 players left inside will stay here, try to get whatever damage he can. Mini is the gun he went for that kind of thing, but it's not going to be happening. Knockout, Shadow, and Co. will be able to get away. Away? And he's going to hit the F button on accident as well. As the second roadkill of the day, this time a friendly fire will result. 1 player going down. Meanwhile, inside zone, drop shotters versus Powerful. Norky's at close range within fragging distance. Trying to find the right place to duck these frags, but just not quite on point. Assuming he'll be on the tree with a little bit of hard cover. But Sociopath trying to wrap away over to the west. As Norky's actually, I think, is getting shot in the back here, if I'm not mistaken. I am mistaken. That's his teammate shooting over his head. Sociopath just really doesn't want to leave here, though. He wants to find this kill on Norky's. Norky's actually being very, very conservative with his supplies, having 4 frag grenades left. Could have easily chucked more over at the drop shotters across the other side of the ridge, deciding not to. Meanwhile, Pros Don't Snake getting some revenge in the kill feed against Littlefoot. No, he's actually. Oh, that's gonna be happening in Puerto Paraiso, I believe. Karma himself setting up for a flank on the far side on the high ground. Trying to find the shots on Imasi. Can't quite finish the kill, but brings him down very low. Humpy going down on the far north inside the compound. Region low inside. Karma holding his ground. Will get gunned down by Tex and Toxic. It's Region. 4-kill player from the previous game. The last player up this one. What are they going to do to get out of this one? Only Bandies and Stims left to use. And oh my god, a frag at his feet. Pros Don't Snake saying, do not hot drop us. That is what will happen to you. In a short rotate to the north will get them into zone. Meanwhile, Powerful. Looking like this wide spread with a heavy dependence on the ability of each player to not go down will result in Ghostar getting down and with almost no hope of a res here. Bruxel going for it though. Norky's making a lot of noise. Norky's looking like he's in the middle of a 1v3 here. Having a couple of small ridge lines. A grade directly on Sociopath isn't going to bring him down, but Hella does make himself available for the trade. Powerful losing 1 player, but it looks like that Bruxel might be able to save another as he does make his way toward Impala, toward the currently bleeding out Ghostar. And with no one here pushing this down, Bruxel will be able to save Ghostar's life. Always going to keep as many players as they can alive. Going for those wide splits, but being available to help out if they do go down. Powerful going into the phase 2 as a 3-man, losing their 4th to drop shotters. 4 quid, last player going down from Greg's shot. Camping these rotation paths. Making sure they can get as many kills as they can this game. Drop shotters definitely a team I want to see more of. Been following these players individually for quite a long time. Fourth, I see them all the time fragged out in pubs. That's your path in the comp scene for as long as I can remember. Would love to see them make some waves here in Survival Sunday. Void Esports now making their rotate in from the west. New players making their rotates in from the south as well. Pros Don't Snake Mossy scouting for his team. Spotting out what I assume be the drop shotters inside this compound. Trying to figure out exactly how they are going to get around this. Definitely don't want to drive through that. There's a lot of open terrain here. Want to take the safest way around. The question is how far around is around. And it looks like right now they're going to be trying to thread the needle between the compound currently owned by drop shotters and teams that could be in Impala, in the mines, and further north. Might be a very difficult rotate here, because if you're rotating directly through these fields that we see drop shotters contesting, that we currently see as well Powerful to the east contesting, it's really difficult to get through these safely. And the further you go north, the flatter it gets. I think I'd almost prefer to see Pros Don't Snake almost wrap around to the east, as these fields are not hospitable to anyone besides the players inside compounds. 20 seconds left in the shrink. Crate going to be blessing the drop shotters. Is it going to be an M249? I haven't seen one in years, and people don't usually pick them up anyway because they're bad at the game. It's going to be an Yawn. That's what I say. Yawn to the And Greg Shot actually getting suppressed by Powerful. It'll potentially prevent him from getting that crate, which, despite being very close in proximity, might not be the safest thing in the world to get. Phase 3 now does pop. Maybe seeing where teams have to go for those shots, as it will mostly center up, keeping a not really surprising anyone. Team 6, I don't know. That's the team name. And Center Zone looking like they're in a really nice spot, but also Team 7 to their east, placeholder inside the Impala Mines, also in a very centralized spot themselves. These two teams are going to have a big task ahead of them, making sure that they win any crashes and making sure they don't get crashed themselves, trying to get as many shots on people rotating as they can. Oh my god, Thailand, what the, wait, what? Okay. Don't know what that was. Visual map bug. Wasn't actually in the compound. Didn't actually teleport kilometer and a half, I assume. It looks like Pros Don't Snake on the southeast side, our current second place team, will be deciding to go through Impala. A play we don't normally see teams make. Less so Impala and more so cities in general. People generally like avoiding cities, as they can be very difficult to leave, but this might not be the same case as long as you control Impala and you get your cars inside. It does allow you a couple of rotation paths, east in the low ground, northwest towards the giant F-off rock in the middle of the zone. But with only 10 teams left alive at this point, there are a couple of rotates that you wouldn't normally expect to be open right now. Southwest side, pretty evident of that, as Hella Flusher and the rest of this team will be going 4-man, 1 car in a compound that by all means should be full right now. And in fact, that Void did want to take coming in from the far, far west, but just seconds too late. We'll be having to back up and rethink their plan. As long as that Marauder still has got wheels, they're going to be all right. But they're quickly running out of places to call home. In fact, 2 of the compounds that they would want to rotate to, currently occupied, their current location not in zone. And that's about as rough as it gets. Everyone who plays PUBG has been there. Compounds we want are taken. What do we do? And the answer for Void has been to wrap far to the south. Little 16 going to be wiggling around down there, trying to find a new place to call home, but Pros Don't Snake or the Drop Shotters, that's going to be pink and gray respectively, might have something to say about that. North side, haven't talked about them too much yet. Sneaky Beaky-like, going to be sharing a hill alongside Knockout. Knockout still providing a huge amount of sight lines, very defendable, and will allow them the information to rotate around to the east should they so desire, if the zone ends up going that way. Only time will tell. About 15 seconds left before the shrink. Team 16 starting their rotate. Barely able to find a compound on the south side. It's not going to be in for that long, however, as the zone is going to shift to the north, keeping this road in play. Morpheus holding a pretty important compound for his team. Ghost and Brussels are going to need to rotate to him sooner than later, but there's quite a few teams ready to stop that rotate. Other than that, it's going to be the Pros Don't Snake team scouting it out, sending out where they can go. Mossy looking like he wants to pull up on this hill. Greg Shot is right to his right, though. Hasn't spotted him quite yet. The frags, I believe, a frag might just detonate around him. I'm not sure. I saw Greg Shot teasing one on the other side of this hill. Spotting him out on this peak. That's so important for Pros Don't Snake. This is the only player from Drop Shooters on this hill. Shows your path coming in from the south as reinforcements. But they do not predict or spot Greg Shot going for the southern flank. And Sociopath going on his own flank as well. Might get a lot of work done. Bringing Quattro low, very low himself. Greg Shot here, setting himself up on a side where he can't be flanked, where he has his team at his back. Still, but this is a 4v2. But oh my goodness, a great spray down from Greg Shot, bringing 2 players down. Going for those flushes, going for the 3rd kill as well. Mossy, wiggling around a little bit in the open. Hella coming as reinforcements. Is it too little too late, though? Still a 3v2, though, in favor of Drop Shotters, with the reinforcements coming in as a proper 3v2. But Meep Gaming shooting third-partying from the west-southwest is going to make this fight a lot more awkward than it needs to be. Frags and smokes all over the place. Story of Corey, last player up, downing, flushing Sociopath. Is there even anyone left to res? No, there is not. This last game is so important for Pros Don't Snake. And a couple of shots to the side of his head is going to take Pros Don't Snake out of this game in 9th place. a sizable number of kills. We'll see if that secures the top 3 for them. The scoreboard later on. Hella smoke surrounding Hella Shiha and Greg Shot. As he is fourth, not quite going for the res. Greg Shot's pretty pretty rough there. And as a team comes in from the south, 4earth might be having the way he spends his time analyzed a little bit by his team. As he is now being forced to take a 3v1 and just be continued shot by the right side. It will be him going down. This hill, an absolute slaughter though. As once again, third parties coming in from the west-southwest will be just laying in to YPG Innate, as well as the northeast team placeholder. I think that the only real takeaway we can have from this is that this is just not the place to be, ladies and gentlemen. This is just not a place anyone wants to be right now. Even Roxor getting it down with his VSS. I don't even know where Meet Me Gaming is, but it must have been a very, very long-range shot because I didn't see him near that central hill at any point in time. 20 seconds left in the shrink. Powerful, looking like they have a great spot. But also squads 6 and 7, I don't know in placeholder. Pretty close to zone center. Only question is how much will the zone favor this road? How much will it shift to the west and keep these compounds out? That's going to be a very important question. That's going to be answered in the next few seconds. Meanwhile, Void just trying their damnedest to stay alive. One player leaving the safety of the smoke cloud, immediately going down, immediately getting flushed. Road still left in play. Innate and FIFA making the run, bobbing and weaving. They know there's some vehicles over here. They know there's the hard cover of the shed. Almost have made it to it. Do make it inside the shed. Good bobbing and weaving. Good survivability shown by those two players. But Meet Me Gaming with 4 players up, they might end up going for that crash. That being said, Meet Me does only have 1 car, so a crash is very, very dangerous. We'll have to see how exactly they prefer to save this. But Orion going for their own send, getting harassed by Powerful, the 3-man Powerful. Double Long and Dark staying alive so far. Double Long is in frag range, but that means that Powerful is as well. But last time I checked, solid brick buildings are pretty good at avoiding frags, as well as being outside the fragging distance. Dark going down. No one around for a res. He will almost certainly be bled out here. Oh, but Double Lung, he's going back to the res, leaving Taz and Infamous to go for the cover fire, and oh, Jesus. That's one of those reasons why you can't feel bad for teams that leave their teammates behind if they're just in too rough of a spot. The smokes also weren't really on point. There was only 1 smoke protecting the res itself. There was not a smoke protecting the route to the res. Infamous and Taz, only 2 players left alive. Is Taz going to try to make the same run? The life of that 3rd player did become so much more important, but they just saw what happened when they tried to go for that res. Taz going for it. Dark inside the smoke. One of the shots hitting Dark, and Ghostar, ever the aggressor with the frag grenades, trying to prevent it from happening. The frags landing closer and closer and closer to Mr. Dark, but at literally 1 tick of HP, Dark will get res. And then immediately killed again. Oh no. And now Ghostar not getting shot from his flank, just saying, alright, I can just sit here and frag the hell out of these guys, and that's what's gonna happen. Infamous at 1 HP, Taz at low HP as well. Luckily, these hay bales have recently been proven to be grenade-proof. Hay versus explosives, the hay always wins, and Ghostar out of frags does not want to continue to play this low ground, smoking his way back, still teasing a bit of a peek though. His teammates spotting Tazinder on that right side. Yeah, he's looking for this. He's looking for that 3x spray on the right side. Taznator expecting to push, refragging it. Oh, but shot from the side. Yep, this is time to go. Luckily, he pre-smoked his exit, so he'll be able to easily disengage from this fight back to safety of cover. Compound, however, not in play. They're going to find something new to play after this zone. South side, Meet Me Gaming coming in from the south. Innate and Void Esports trying to survive as much as they can, and they're doing more than that. They're fragging out as well. The 11th kill for Void Esports being claimed by Innate, 6 to himself. Sadly, no frags to Innate's name, but FIFA certainly has a couple of rounds with their name on it, but it will be Nato able to get that kill, leaving only Innate alive. Nato from a third party from the east side, looking as a solo player to try to claim some of these kills for himself. Silver Typey getting these long-range shots. It looks like Maybe Gaming does not have any smokes. If they did, they certainly would have used them by now. Yeah, Caesar, sadly those frags don't do much when you're trying not to die, but okay, just snapping to the left, happen to see Innate and then gunning him down. Great. I think that must have been audio, must have heard him on that side. Now trying to win the peak battle versus Nato, but third peak is the charm. Nato is saying you can't do that forever. Taking him down. Oh, and Nato, not a solo, actually a third party that came in from the east. That was Team 7 who was controlling the rock and are now wresting control of the east side. Also, Knockout actually crashed the compound held by I don't know and won it with 4 players up. Knockout, this might be their second frag out game, as they do control one of the better spots in the zone. Sad misplay from Peter Pan, though, as he will get down to the zone. Not sure exactly how that happened, but he will be dying, leaving only 3 players left alive. Might be too soon for placeholder, as he does get flushed. Turning what was a very, very cheeky flank to a very, very quiet, whimpering demise, as this spot, you really need to have 4 players up. The terrain isn't good enough for a 2-man. We'll see how long we'll see what they can get done. We'll see how long they can survive. As it looks like Knockout is looking to put the knockout blow into Silver Typey. Silver Typey beginning to throw some frags and loading Knockout to around how close Typey is. Heaver and Shadow trying to wrap around to the left side. Still in zone, barely. They can hold this for now. But Powerful creeping in from northwest side. Might punish Knockout for an overextension on to placeholder. Typey running out in the open. Heaver landing shots. Just stop moving, Heaver. Just stop moving, please. Oh boy, Heaver missing a lot of shots that he really has no right to be missing, quite frankly. Trying to land these shots. The ridges that Knockout are playing in are no longer in play. They will need to play in the low ground if they want to be in the next zone. Luckily for them, however, Rakushiki does get down from the rear by Infamous and Tazinator, who survive the initial aggression from Powerful. Morpheus, though, teasing a push over here. Orion has no idea that Morpheus is coming, instead focusing their efforts to the east. Trying to figure out exactly how playable Orion's spot is. And once again, the story is the same. They need to clear out the entire south side to play this area. The story is the same for the Knockouts. The story is the same for Orion. Ghostar and Bruxel, meanwhile, pressing up this open field with smoke cover. But it's not even required, as no one's even looking at them. They're keeping their heads down. They're keeping quiet as they quietly claim the only central cover in the zone. Ghostar collides with the tractor. Bit of low ground, though. A lot of hills around to his front and front left, to his south and southeast. Knockout going for a split here. Morpheus deciding now is his time to strike, taking down Tazinator, shooting him from the rear. Infamous gonna be trying to do what he can, but seeing Knockout make a move, he needs to do about that. He can't let them move for free, but one more shot's gonna take him down. Zone at his back, seconds left to make a play. Typey does take down Heaver, prone inside this dip. I didn't even see Typey until now. Will get flushed off as well, but that's Knockout losing their 4-man advantage over the rest of the lobby. 3v3v1 breaking out here. Infamous, the solo player on the edge, is probably only a matter of time before his demise. Only question is who's going to get that kill. Knockout spotting Nork or Ghost on a jump peek, I think. I certainly hope he saw that. He's trying to find that angle into Ghostar, but he's not giving any respect to Bruxel. In fact, while we're seeing this, his entire team has fallen. Some to Infamous, some to Powerful, and now the only player left up and standing is Knockout. Smoke 28. Ghostar trying to get the flush on these players on the side. They haven't quite realized that the player to the south, Shadow, has gone down. Smoke realizing he needs to go to the fight in Bruxel, but it's not going to happen. That is going to be another win. Another win 8 kills. They're fine, though. They're fine with that. Powerful. Taking these wins and taking them home. I have seen these guys get like 50 kills today. Maybe even 60. Across 8 games. Just tearing it up across multiple lobbies, multiple regions. And they'll be taking home the $200. Oh, not even almost certainly. Unless... No, there's literally that it can be done. They did it. Powerful. Taking home the $200 prize. It's just that second and third place are the big question. We're going to be taking a quick break. I'm sorry, my throat is just absolutely killing me. When we come back, we'll have the scores ready. You can also, on our Discord, type in the, I think it's the exclamation point leaderboards command or the exclamation point standings command. I'll figure it out for you guys. In the meantime, we'll also be announcing the final scores on stream. I'll see you then. Welcome back. The scorings are now live, and we will be able to see who exactly gets second and third. First, obviously powerful. They will be taking home the $200 prize. I'm not looking at the leaderboard. I was looking at my own face there, but with that much of a lead, it's pretty obvious. Second place, we go into knockout. Consistent kills, consistent placements will earn them a nice second place. And then down in third, looking to be the favorite for second, but just not quite eking it out in the EU games. Pros don't snake. They made a lot of good decisions in the fourth game. The third game, very unfortunate that what happened to them, but it just happens sometimes. In the fourth game, it's the decisions they had to make there in an open field that was already occupied. What can you even do? You fight for the only thing that you think is good terrain, and if it turns out not to be good terrain, then that's just a shame then. Either way, GG's to everyone who came to play. The next Survival Sunday will be occurring in 2 weeks from now. Qualification methods will be up before then, so make sure you keep an eye on the FirstBlood platform. We are now web-based, so no more of that dirty Overwolf battle still up, and tournaments going on daily for prize money are going on as well. 20 X credits. I was going to say $20. 20 X credits for entry, which is about approximate to $2. And that's the entry price for a $60 event, winner take all. If you guys are interested in that, go ahead and head over to our app on the website. Links are plastered all over the Discord. If you ever need a link, just let myself or someone else in the FirstBlood community know, and I'm sure they'll be able to provide one. Anyway, that's been it from us today. It's been a great time back casting and seeing all these guys again. Back in 2 weeks, bringing you guys Survival Sunday number 49. I'll see you then.